tonight we open the Mariners' next to last homestand, and each moment gets more important than the next. Welcome everybody to Mariner Baseball. Mariners in contention. They take on the Houston Astros tonight, first of three. Mariners very much in playoff contention. So glad you could join us. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Roots Sports Crew, and that young man right there with the roof covering us, and the king, Felix Hernandez, on the mound this evening. Let's take a look at the Houston Astros batting order that will face Felix Hernandez.
Leading off for the Astros, Robbie Grossman. Then it's Jose Altuve. 340 batting average for Altuve. What a player. What a year he is having. Then it's Fowler. Chris Carter, the DH. He has gotten hot. He has 36 home runs on the year since July 3rd. 23 home runs and 55 RBIs for the cleanup hitter. Castro, Gonzalez, Singleton, Dominguez, and Presley rounding out the 9 for the Astros. And for Felix Hernandez on the year, looking for his 15th win on the year. Look at the ERA, 2.18 ERA, 206 innings, 209 strikeouts, only 37 walks on the year for Felix. Opponents hitting just 199.
Switch hitter Robbie Grossman, first pitch off the plate for ball 1. Pulled the roof to cover things up about an hour or so ago. That's ball 2. Umpires for tonight's ball game. 45-year-old Illinois native Mark Carlson has home plate. Jeff Nelson, the crew chief, at first. Pat Hoberg at second, and Scott Barry at third. First strike delivered by Felix. 14-5 record against Houston. 3-2 career. This year 1-1 with a 2.25 ERA. Just with the breaking ball. 3-1. Mariners coming off a 5-2 road trip, and I'm at the Astros playing some good ball lately. They've won 6 of their last 7. Off the end of the bat, fair ball. A squibber over to Seager, 1 away.
Well, routine play for Kyle at third. Take a look at the rest of the defense. Andy Chavez getting the start, but in left field. Normally in right and left tonight. Jackson in center. Michael Saunders, welcome back. He is getting the start in right field. Seager at third. Miller and Cano playing up the middle. Logan Morrison, the first baseman tonight. And Mike Zunino will do the catching.
So the roof, as we mentioned, they brought it across. The cover's up about an hour or so ago. The skies got really dark as we look out towards CenturyLink. Man, is it ugly out there.
Glad to have the roof.
Amen. Here is Jose Altuve, and what a year he's having. My goodness, leading hitter in the American League. First in hits, second in doubles, sixth in on base, second hardest to fan, third in at bats, ninth in total bases, first in stolen bases, and first in multi-hit games. As you mentioned earlier this season, he likes to get things going early in the count.
He's very aggressive, and he's had success against Felix because of that. And even 500 batting average against Felix, 8 for 16 for Altuve. Want to keep him off the bases. He will run.
A small but vocal Kings Court tonight. You can hear him. Here's the 0-2 to Altuve. Hit it hard, backhand by Brad Miller. Throws across, 2 away.
And a good start for Felix. Couple ground ball outs right away. Take a look at Altuve. He gets a fastball right at the top of the strike zone. Again, an aggressive hitter. Gets it sharply to Brad Miller out at shortstop. Backhanded play by Brad. Strong arm. And a couple of ground ball outs for Felix. As you look at the Astros, something to think about in this series, they are last in hitting. 15th in average, but they are third in home runs. They are second in stolen bases, and they are 6th in walks. So the key, keep them in the ballpark and do not put them on. Make them earn their way.
Absolutely. And they're going against the #1 ERA team in the American League. Switch hitter Dexter Fowler. Center fielder looks at a breaking ball for strike. Mariners on the season 8-5 against Houston, 3-4 here at home, 5-1 down in Texas. Felix ahead 0-2. One of the great sights in baseball, the Kings Court here in Seattle. Felix at home games, it is a thing and sound of beauty. Here's the 0-2 to Fowler. Just missed 1-2. Boy, if there's ever a time the Mariners need Felix, it is starting right tonight.
Well,
this stretch.
I would agree. Just 20 games to go, including this one tonight. And Felix, the best pitcher in the American League.
He's got the A's on Saturday,
which is good news for the Mariners. He pitched against the A's in Oakland on this last road trip. He went 8 innings, just 1 earned run off of Felix.
Felix second in ERA, second in innings pitched, 4th in strikeouts. A fabulous year. 2-2. Bounced up there. Full count.
You can see him shaking his head a little bit after that last pitch. That was his changeup. Thrown a couple of them in this at bat, both of them bouncing right out in front of home plate.
One of the great put-away pitches in all of baseball. He wants to make sure that baby's working tonight. 3-2. Cano could not get it. Base hit for Fowler.
We'll take a look at fastball in the middle of the plate. Cano playing up the middle. They wanted that fastball away, but Fowler was able to pull it into the hole.
Here's a guy coming up you gotta be careful with. He's first in home run ratio at bats per home runs. Chris Carter, his 3rd strikeouts too. 36 homers, and he's done well against the Mariners.
Yeah, he's done some damage with the 3 home runs.
8 homers in July, 12 in August, 3 here in September. After the slow start, 3 in April, 5 in May, 5 in June.
Carter 1 for 7 off of Felix this year. He's been able to strike him out 4 times.
Tom Lawless, the interim manager, said his strike zone discipline has improved vastly. Felix is getting 0-2.
Well, you were talking about the changeup, and he starts him off with a couple of great changeups. They look like they're going to be right at the knees, and the bottom falls out of them. Well located changeups from Felix to get ahead 0-2.
Felix with 209 strikeouts on the season. To Carter, runner goes, pitch swing on a miss. He struck him out. Good flourish to end the 1st inning for the King. Nothing across for Houston. The Mariners coming to bat. Austin Jackson getting ready to lead things off for the Mariners. He's been a tremendous acquisition coming over at the trade deadline from Detroit. Let's take a look at the rest of the batting order.
Since the trade deadline, the Mariners averaging 4.5 runs a game, and Austin Jackson will lead things off for the Mariners Then it's Endy Chavez moving up and hitting second. Ackley out of the lineup again. Then it's Cano, Morales, and Seager in the middle of the lineup. Morrison, Zunino. Welcome back, Michael Saunders, making his first start since July 10th. Good to see Saunders back in the lineup. He will hit 8th. Brad Miller rounding out the 9 for the Mariners. And for Brad Peacock on the year, 4-8 record, ERA just over 5, high ERA for him. 104 strikeouts, 62 walks, a lot of walks in 118 2/3. Opponent's hitting 268, and he's given up 17 home runs on the year. Used a fastball, changeup, and a curveball.
Strike one, Austin Jackson. Peacock this year 1-1 against the Mariners, career 2-3 with a 6.89 ERA.
He's not an overpowering pitcher. His fastball will be in the low 90s, upper 80s at times, and he has to locate, trying to get to his changeup and curveball.
Change at the top since the last time we saw these Houston Astros. Bo Porter fired September 1, and Tom Lawless takes over. 2-1. That's a strike, evens a count of 2-2. Chasing. Tag applied by Castro. Jackson strikes out. Away.
Take a look at the defense for the Houston Astros. Grossman in left field. Fowler can run it down in center. And then you have Alex Presley out and right. Matt Dominguez at third base. Gonzalez and Altuve playing up the middle. Singleton at first base. And Jason Castro will do the catching for the Astros tonight.
There's Endy Chavez. 1 for 5 against Brad Peacock. Consider strike. Ooh, and he didn't like that call.
And we thought it was down, and it looks like it was. Our EQC tracer, that pitch just out of the strike zone. That was the curveball. Curveball will be 82, 83 miles an hour.
Bounces that one up there. 1-2. Endy 3 for 8 on the road trip. A double, couple of runs batted in, 3 walks. Miss the game down in Texas. That gash in his forehead. Bounced back, no problem. Peacock's getting 1-2. Lays off it. Peacock, 26 years old, out of Palm Beach, Florida. 6'1", 210. Astros get him from Oakland, along with Chris Carter. The Jed Lowry deal back in February of 2013. Hit well into the gap. Riding high, riding far, and run down nicely by Alex Presley. We've seen him in left field down in Houston make some fine plays, and in center field here. Good outfielder, 2 away.
He tries to sneak a fastball by Endy, and he jumps on it, gives it a ride. Typically on a line drive like this, you'll see it get through the gaps. Endy thinking a triple probably the way he busted out of the box, but Presley able to run it down, no problem. Dave mentioned we saw him play some center field when we were in Houston. He did a good job out there out in right field tonight.
And Endy a little ticked. He thought he had something working. Here's Cano. 4th in batting average, 3rd in on-base percentage, and 2nd in batting average against righties. Terrific year. 321. 12 homers and 75 runs batted in. 8th with a 327 batting average. Runners in scoring position as he hits a slicing drive deep left center field. Grossman going back. Fowler going back. Can't get it. Rides off the top of the fence. And Cano with a 2-out double. be his 33rd two-bagger.
Unusual, as high as the fly ball was hit out towards left center field. They were actually playing shallow with Cano hitting, and Fowler, one of the best at running the ball down, can't get to it. I thought maybe he was going to be able to make the catch, but didn't touch any leather there, and that'll end up being a double for Cano. So the Mariners with a runner in scoring position here in the first.
He ran a long way.
Yeah, he did. He was playing shallow. So was Grossman, the left fielder. We had a chance to watch him when he was in Colorado. He can cover a lot of ground.
That's another big outfield out there. There's Kendrys Morales, 3 for 9 against Peacock, 2 of them home runs. They had the Altuve playing in short right field against them. This one popped up back this way.
Good to see Morales. He's been swinging the bat well from the right side of the plate, but the switch hitter hitting left-handed has been a little bit of a struggle. At the end of the road trip in Texas, had a couple of home runs, a solid line drive, base hit, hitting left-handed. You can see his season numbers.
Mariners threatening here in the first. That full caught in between, 0-2.
Made the comment on the road, when you look at Morales and his overall numbers, they're not what you would think, but just get hot for 3 weeks. That's all we need right now, Dave. Let him get hot for the next 3 weeks.
High on the wish list. 0-2. Scrambled back there by Jason Castro. 1-2. Tom Lawless in the glasses. 8-year big leaguer with Cincy, Montreal, St. Louis, and Toronto. And a roving infield instructor for the Astros. Did a little bit of managing AAA. Oklahoma City got the call to take Bo Porter's place. Fowler playing shallow. Had it covered all the way. That'll do it. Mariners stranded a runner. To the second inning we go.
Field, Astros Mariners scoreless as we get ready for the second. Tom Glasgow with you from the Ford Sports Desk. Let's take a look at a couple of games that have a direct impact on the American League wildcard race. First of all, Detroit taking care of its business, defeating Kansas City 9-5. And in the top of the eighth, couldn't be any tighter in Chicago. The White Sox and A's tied at 3. So let's take a look at our Delta Airlines keep climbing wild card standings. A's 2 up on the Mariners, the M's and Tigers in a virtual tie, pending the outcome of this game against Houston as we send it back upstairs to Dave and Mike.
All right, Tom, that's why it's such an exciting time of the year. I mean, the Mariners have, they hold their own destiny in their hands.
Well, they do, and I think the thing that we talked about was on this last road trip, it was nice to see him go into Oakland, win 2 out of 3 against the A's, a team that is ahead of them. And then we were worried about a little bit of a letdown in Texas. That did not happen. The Mariners winning that series, winning 3 out of 4. And you'd like to see the same thing right here. You have to win your series the rest of the way out.
I like what you were talking about last week after we left Oakland and headed to Texas. And we're all thinking the same thing. 0-1 to Castro. I mean, the A's are struggling right now.
They are.
And they saw what the Mariners did to them last week. And they could be in for some interesting doings coming up this weekend.
Well, I guarantee it, and I know they know how important the games in Chicago are. They're in Chicago playing the White Sox.
Strike 3 called on Castro. Back-to-back Ks for the King. 1 down here in the second.
And the other thing that they know right now with Felix on the mound tonight, that they're going to have to face him again, and Felix has been nothing but trouble for the A's. You take a look at this last pitch, just a good fastball in the outside corners, and Eno framing it for Felix. Castro thought it was off the plate. But I think that the A's are definitely looking at the Mariners right now, and after the Mariners had left town in Oakland, knowing they had to come in for this series this weekend, and now knowing that they're going to see Felix again, things are probably a little bit tighter in their clubhouse than they have been.
One away, here's switch hitter Marwin Gonzalez. Pitching rotation. It's up on the wall in Lloyd McClendon's office. Felix, Elias, and Kuma for this series, off on Thursday. Then Paxton, Felix, and Young with the A's coming to town. And then down in Anaheim, Kuma, Elias, Paxton, and Felix. Up the middle, here's Brad Miller charging. Nice play, 2 down. And here the matchups are CenturyLink linked to what's next. Jason Hamilton, boy, he was good last week.
He was good.
Goes against James Paxton, and boy, that was a tough one yesterday, losing 1-0. Sonny Gray against
He is really throwing the ball well, Paxton is.
And then Lester and Chris Young.
Some good pitching matchups. Probably a tough weekend for the hitters on both sides.
It's Chris, Justin Smoke, Corey Hart, Stephen Romero, Rolandis Elias. Quick 2 outs here. Brings up John Singleton. First baseman. He's hitting a .177, but he's got 13 home runs, 43 runs batted in. Singleton playing in his 82nd game. He's on a big contract. Brought him up one of their top prospects mid-season.
I think it's another thing that you think about now with Lloyd McClendon giving those extra days over the course of the summer. In the next 10 games, he's going to run Felix out there 3 times.
Gotta have it.
It's that time of the year, and down in Oakland, that's how important it was. Felix going 8 innings, through 102 pitches to go through 8 innings.
Mariners playing irrelevant playoff baseball, and Lloyd McClendon said, play your butts off and enjoy the journey. Two and two, 2 outs. Two pitch. Missed away. Full count. On deck is Matt Dominguez, their third baseman. Payout pitch here to Singleton. Check did not go, so Scott Barry at third. Second base runner for the Astros, first via the walk. Felix Hernandez, he's scheduled to take the mound this Saturday against Oakland, and night court will be in session at Safeco Field. The first 35,000 fans receive a limited edition black King Felix t-shirt as we black out Safeco Field for one of the biggest games of the year. That's the King, the Mariners, and the A's this Saturday at 6:10. Here's a look. We'll show you it after this pitch as Dominguez stands in. This will be the blackout shirt. And you see this in a lot of college basketball and football
Good looking
settings.
shirt.
It is. A I'll take a dozen. How many you want? You
I'm
good
with
for
you.
2? All right, good. Hey, I know a guy.
I know you do.
Matt Dominguez, ball 1.
There you go.
Felix 2 strikeouts, 1 walk. Dominguez does not hit for a big average, but he's got pop. 15 home runs.
Again, you look at the Astros home run wise, they are 3rd in the American League in home runs as a team.
Nice plays, and 2-1. Well, you know, they're young kids. The same thing we've been saying about the Mariners the last couple, 3 years. You look at their young kids as they mature, they get a chance to be pretty good. And they've been down for so long, had so many high draft choices. You know, a couple, 3 guys are going to sneak through and be impact guys.
Well, I think one of them is on the disabled list for him. George Springer isn't available to him, and we saw him when we were in Houston, and what an adjustment that young man was making. He was doing a lot of damage.
Remember that first time we saw him, then the second time we saw him, it was like a huge transformation. Off the fist foul, back 2-2. Turn the volume up out there. I like it. A Hardy section. Felix with 2 Ks so far. He's got 2 outs and a 2-2 count with 2 outs and a man aboard to Matt Dominguez. Pitch from Felix. Center field. Backing up Jackson. Austin's there. And the Astros, they are done in the 2nd inning. No score here in Seattle.
Ready for the bottom of the 2nd at Safeco Field from the Ford Sports Desk. We want to get you up to date on the Oakland White Sox game in Chicago. The last we checked with you, it was 3-3. It is now a 4-3 Oakland lead. Adam Dunn is currently at the plate with runners on 1st and 2nd with 2 outs for the Athletics, who hold that first spot in the American League wild card race. And, of course, that spot gives you the home field advantage for that one-game wild card matchup. Guys, back to you.
You talk about a game that's going to be thick with tension.
Oh,
that's what it's all about, right?
I hadn't thought about it, but it's probably pretty interesting. Adam Dunn back in Chicago after being traded to the A's.
There's Kyle Seager, 6 for 16 against Peacock with a home run as he looks at a strike.
And the Astros have the shift on. Shortstop Gonzalez on the right side of the infield. Altuve playing out towards the right field grass.
Seager counts 1-2. Altuve, who charges, throws him out.
I'm going to bring up Logan Morrison. Logan, 237, 6 home runs and 28 RBIs on the year.
There's another guy you want to see get rolling too. Athletics 4-3, middle of the 8th as the White Sox survive. Just give up the 1 run. Momo with 6 homers and 28 runs batted in. 1 for 3 against Brad Peacock.
And the Astros will keep the shift on with Morrison hitting.
Mariners playing for a lot, and the Astros, tell you what, that's a loose group over there.
Well, you mentioned it earlier that they've been playing well lately.
Yeah, they won 6 of the last 7. They took 2 out of 3 at Oakland. Won a 2-game series against the Angels. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Fouled back. And against Texas, they won 3 out of 4. And prior to that, they battled Oakland tough, lost 2 out of 3. So I mean, young team, slowly but surely trying to figure some things out.
I think the main thing for them is they're gaining confidence, trying to finish up the year on a good note.
1-2.
Another reason why the Mariners cannot afford to take them lightly.
Astros 4-1 since Lawless took over the man in the 4th. And there's Tom with the glasses. I said, what was it like when he got the phone call from Jeff Luna out of the gym? He says, I was floored. He says, I had 9 gallons of paint in the garage. I was going to paint the house. St. Louis. Infielder for 8 years in the big leagues. That is a foul ball. Dave Valley was telling me a story about Lawless when he was with Toronto, breaking up a no-no bid of Mark Langston, and it went from a no-no to a loss in the 9th inning. Val remembers catching that game. Lawless played for Cincy, Montreal, St. Louis, and Toronto. Lawless out of Erie, Pennsylvania, and a Penn State guy. 2-2. Off the helmet of the catcher, Castro.
Plate umpire Mark Carlson giving him a little bit of time. Cobwebs out.
Hey man, standing 8 counts work.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Two and 2. Mike Zunino on deck.
Well, some good news with Indy Chavez. We talked about the stitches that he had to get in his forehead when he sliding into second base and hit the knee. His helmet kind of came off weird, and the visor, I think, is what cut him. But I was more concerned about hopefully that he wasn't going to have a concussion. He did not. He checked out well and was back in the lineup the next day, and that's important for the Mariners right now. It's good to have Saunders back. It's great to have Michael back in the lineup tonight. But Ackley now with his ankle, have to get that figured out. He hasn't been able to play for a couple of days, and Dustin's been one of their hotter hitters, so hopefully they can get him back on the field soon. That's why Indy is out in left field tonight.
1 out, nobody on. Payoff pitch here to Morrison. Hit well, right field. Base of the fence, jumps right over it. It's off the warning track. Ground rule double. 1 out here in the 2nd. That little toddler. Protecting the youngster against the noise here in the building. Almost 14th double.
I'll take a look at it. He's able to turn on a high fastball. Ends up getting in on him a little bit. That's the reason why he didn't hit it out of the ballpark. But he's a strong man. It'll bounce off the warning track and go into the seats. 2nd double for the Mariners in the game. Cano with a double with 2 outs in the 1st. Now Morrison with a double.
Showing down on it. Here's Zunino. Looks at a strike, Mike. A $198, but 20 home runs. A record for Mariner catchers in a season. 49 runs batted in. 2 for 12 on the road trip. Altuve playing behind second base against Zunino. Fouled off the glove of Cashwell, 0-2. Morrison being held on by Altuve, pitched to Zunino and hit him. Mike,
he's not getting out of the way.
He's not told me last month it's an ugly finder.
Let's take a look at this one on our McDonald's Super Mo. It just grazes him a little bit. Didn't even feel it.
Known to take one for the team. 15th time he's been plunked.
Nice ovation for Michael Saunders.
Good to have him back.
Yeah.
Especially, again, the timing being everything. Ackley goes out. I was talking to Michael before the game. He was expected to be back in mid-August. Then he got the 5th disease, which is a viral infection. He said it's flu on steroids. He said he had extreme arthritis. He thought he'd aged. He'd been in a time machine and aged 3 times his age. Lost 12 pounds. Couldn't eat for 4 to 5 days. Eventually worked his way to Arizona for some rehab, some sim games, some live pitching. He's ready to go. And the other good piece of news, he said he just stood in the box, didn't take any swings. Danny Hultzen throwing the ball quite well down in Arizona.
Great news, yeah.
He said just for, you know, he just wanted to stand in there so he could track and Danny could, you know,
you have to retrain your eyes.
Yeah.
See a lot of guys do that in spring training when they first show up. They jump in there live batting practice against the pitchers, and some guys won't swing at all, and they're just basically trying to slow the game back down. And you've had that much time off. Game will speed up on you. Just retrain your eyes. The Mariners have done a good job hitting with runners in scoring position since August 6th. Hitting at .319. It's been a big improvement for this club this year.
I know one thing, Saunders, you could see the burning passion in his face. I said, dude, how long you been here? Since 09. He said, we haven't played any meaningful games. Not that, you know, they don't mean. I said, I know what you're talking about. It's playoffs here. It's different.
Right.
He says, yeah. A lot different. I'm excited to be back to contribute. Two on, one out. Second inning. Good count here for Saunders. 6 homers and 28 RBIs. Limited action this year. Takes a strike. Saunders playing in game number 66 for him. He's had some good stretches this year, and then he got hurt a couple times.
Well, that's been the unfortunate part. Hitting .276 with 6 home runs, and as you mentioned, he's missed a lot of time.
Bleak injury kept him out and almost getting back in mid-August before he got the viral infection. This play by Singleton, the pitcher not there in time. Saunders a fast runner. Probably wouldn't have got him anyway. Over to third goes Morrison as Singleton gets Zunino on a nice play to the shortstop Gonzalez.
And you can see the shortstop having to wait for his pitcher to get to the bag. Good play by Peacock. Gonzalez, the shortstop, put a lot on this throw. He could have easily thrown it by him as Michael beats it. Stays out of the double play, and that'll give Brad Miller an opportunity to drive in a run. The Mariners 0 for 2 here early in the ball game with runners in scoring position.
Brad coming off a 6 for 16 road trip. Double 2 home runs, 3 runs knocked in. Center field, backing up, cruising back is Fowler. Easy play for him. Mariners strand 2. And this little youngster, little girl, she's got a little souvenir baseball on her first trip to the ballpark. here on a K-Card night, Kings Court night. Felix Hernandez on the mound. He's got 2 strikeouts, 1 walk. Scoreless baseball against the Astros. As we are in a very important stretch here, Mariners trying to get into the playoffs, and they got their ace on the mound here tonight. Mariner baseball, glad you could join us. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports Crews. We can be about the A at Safeco Field. Let's see what happens here in the third. Alex Presley, Robbie Grossman, Jose Altuve, 9-1-2 here for the Astros.
Through the first 2 innings, Felix with 3 ground ball outs. He gave up the 1 base hit, but that was also on the ground and found a hole in the right side of the infield. Pitching down in the zone, always a good sign when Felix is on the mound. That's one of the reasons why he was so effective against Oakland in his last start.
1-1. Presley 3 for 8 against Felix. What a 3-1 count. He's walked 1. He's had 1, 2, 3, now 4 3-ball counts.
To the left-handed hitters, he's having a tough time dialing in the outside corner. Those pitches to Presley, and this at bat, all of them off the plate away. That's a better pitch.
3-2. Silver glove. How about that? A Michael Jackson look. Silver baseball glove. Not bad. 3-2.
And it looks like he's getting a little bit frustrated.
He's walked 2 of the last 3 men. Earlier today, Major League Baseball released the 2015 schedule. The Mariners are going to open at home, Mike. When was the last time that happened?
I know it's been a long time. Makes sense, doesn't it? We have a roof here. Why not?
Holy mackerel. That'll be a short homestand. We go to Oakland on the 10th. And the last 2 series of the season, Astros and the Athletics.
Here at Safeco.
And Presley runs. Zanino's throwing a chance. Got him. Throws out Alex Presley, 2-6.
Wasn't a real good jump by Presley. You can see Cano taking a look at him. Not easy to throw when you have the hitter squaring around. He was just trying to get in the way. Pulled the bat back at the last minute. A strong throw from Mike as Brad Miller will put the tag on Presley.
Nice to see. Strike 2 to Grossman. Off speed pitch. He hung it. Paid for it. Base hit, Robbie Grossman. 1 out base runner here in the third. Take advantage of the best deal in baseball. The Safeco Insurance Grand Slam Family Package for as low as $15. Each member of your family can pick up a ticket, a hot dog, and a Pepsi. Final event of the season. It's coming up Wednesday against these Astros at 7:10. Tickets, Mariners.com.
Well, bring up Jose Altuve. Altuve grounding out to shortstop his first time up. Came into the game hitting .340 on the season.
Feels like he's led wire to wire.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
An aggressive hitter. Felix aware of that in his first at bat, starting him off with some off-speed pitches. That looked like the changeup.
That's one thing we're seeing Altuve a lot. First, second pitch, he wants to swing, and it gets on first base. First, second, no worse than the third pitch, he's going.
And he'll swing at pitches outside the strike zone like that first one. He likes the ball close to him, and he can get the barrel to it.
It's a spectacular year. 1-1. The other thing, too, for such an aggressive guy, second hardest to fan in the American League. Only Victor Martinez is more difficult to strike out. Ball and 2 strikes. There's 2 strikeouts, 2 walks tonight. And he's given up 2 base hits. On 2, runner goes, swung on and missed. Zunino throws that on the other side of the bag. A stolen base for Robbie Grossman, his 6th. But Altuve's retired via the strikeout. That's the 3rd for Felix.
We'll take a look at this throw from Mike Zunino, already throwing 1 runner out in the inning. And again, the strikeout from Altuve, throws across his body a little bit, ends up on the wrong side of the base. And Mike not happy about it. He knows that he had time to throw him out.
Up Dexter Fowler. Single to right on a 3-2 pitch, his first at bat. Switch inning center fielder. Strike 1. Zunino has thrown out 22 of 55 base stealers. 1 for 2 in this inning. And that gets away. Down to 3rd is Grossman. That'll be a wild pitch. So the Astros with 2 outs have a runner at 3rd.
It was another changeup bouncing out in front of home plate.
His 14th wild pitch. Strike away from ending the inning.
Austin Jackson, the center fielder, shading towards left center.
Think about the same depth that Fowler plays, right, too.
Shallow.
One-two pitch. Got it. Big strikeout for Felix Hernandez. Try to put an exclamation point on the 3rd inning with a runner at 3rd. No score here in Seattle. On Root Sports, being brought to you by AM/PM. Too much good stuff. And by Ford. We are local. Extended the roof, covers up from the rain about an hour or so before first pitch. Felix Hernandez against Brad Peacock. And the Mariners bat here in the third inning at the top of the order.
Second time through the lineup. If Austin Jackson can get things going for the Mariners. Strikeout swinging his first time up. Through the first 2 innings, Peacock 37 pitches, 26 strikes. So he's throwing a lot of strikes, a lot of first pitch strikes. 10 batters faced, 8 first pitch strikes for Peacock.
You're talking about center fielders who play shallow like Austin and like Fowler here today. You came up with a good name, Gary Pettis.
Gary Pettis, yeah, we just saw Gary. We were down in Arlington.
Third base coach with the Rangers.
Yeah, he was a good one.
Devo, right?
Devon White. Yeah.
Special talent, special amount of guts to play
confidence,
shallow.
yeah, you have to have a lot of confidence. Well, it paid off for the Astros because Kendrys Morales hit a line drive into center field with Cano at second base, and Fowler was almost right to him because he was playing so shallow.
Yep.
A couple steps deeper right now.
3-0 here to Jackson, leading off the Mariner third, and a 4-pitch walk to get the Mariners going.
Good start. Yeah, good start. Get some speed on the bases. Indy Chavez coming up. Indy can do a lot of things. Bunt, hit and run. Certainly handle the bat. See how Lloyd McClendon wants to play it right here.
I think I'll go with hit and run for 400, Alex.
I like that play.
In at third is Dominguez. To a strike. Chavez team leader with 6 sacrifice bunts. Dominguez stays in on the grass. And he's now in an 0-2 hole.
Couple of borderline strikes called on Indy Chavez. I thought that last pitch, a breaking ball, was off the plate away, but
yeah, a breaking ball the first time.
He didn't like it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson back safely. And 2. Chavez battling Brad Peacock is 4-8 with a 5.01 ERA. Lefty's hitting .271 against him. Righty's .265. Here's a 1-2.
Again, another fastball, probably a little bit farther off the plate away, but with the calls that he's getting here, Indy Chavez trying to protect the plate, able to foul that pitch off.
Jackson takes off. Pitch in the dirt. Scrambled by Castro. No throw. Stolen base for Austin Jackson is 16th.
One of the ways you can help yourself as a base stealer is picking the right pitch to run on, and Austin Jackson does it right here. He knows that Peacock has the curveball, likes to throw his curveball. This pitch in the dirt. Takes a peek in, sees it in the dirt. Easy steal.
Indy with a 2-2 count. Jackson at second. Foul back.
One of the better fastballs we've seen from Peacock tonight. 92 miles an hour, top of the strike zone.
Andy, a 286 hitter with runners in scoring position. He's got a 2-2 pitch. Popped it up. Playable. Third baseman Dominguez. Check in with Tom Glasgow. He's got an update from Chicago. What's happening?
Dave, we do. We have some drama courtesy of the Chicago White Sox. Thank you very much, Tyler Flowers, with a solo home run off Eric O'Flaherty. And that ball game is now tied at 4. That home run, by the way, coming with 2 strikes and 2 outs. So Flowers delivers in the clutch. We will keep you up to date. Big
drama in the Windy City. All right, Tom, thank you very much. We're going to put Cano aboard. Hit the free pass.
Oakland's bullpen starting to have some issues. I'll bring up Morales. Kendricks came up with 2 outs, and Cano, after his double, Morales came up, hit a line drive, but it was right at the center fielder.
So that Oakland-Chicago White Sox game just went into the 10th inning. A dramatic home run to tie it up. Angels beat the Indians 12-3, and Detroit took care of Kansas City earlier today, 9-5.
Well, right now the Mariners need somebody to come up with a clutch base hit. 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position. They've had a runner in scoring position in all 3 innings here at the start of the ball game, and Peacock has been able to get out of it. And he started the game with his ERA just over 5.
So Cano aboard at first with his 17th intentional walk. Nobody else in the ball club has more than 2. One out, 2 on. Ball 1 to Morales. Mariners left 2 aboard in the 2nd inning. Another opportunity here in the 3rd.
Talking about intentional base on balls, and I'm a little bit surprised that maybe we'll see more of it. Hopefully not, but I think we might over the next 3 weeks. Teams doing the same thing with Kyle Seager.
Strike 1 to Kendricks.
Well, you can see it. American League leaders in intentional walks. Cano 3rd on that list. It's a good group of hitters right there, isn't it?
That's a lot of damage done. I'd pass him too. 1-1. Ball 2.
For Peacock, 55 pitches. 1 out here in the 3rd. He's having to throw a lot of pitches.
Two 1 to Morales. It's a strike. 2-2.
Kendricks in the crowd not happy about it. Thought that pitch was down, but on our EQC tracer it looked like a strike.
Jackson at 2nd, Cano at 1st with 1 out. 2-2. Chapman foul. Woodward will handle it. Been coaching at first base since Andy Van Slyke suffered a knee injury about a month ago. Two and 2. Slicing drive, left center field, deep, and a catch made by Robbie Grossman. Two away with 2 on in the 3rd. CenturyLink link to what's next. Game 2 of this series. Colin McHugh goes against Roenis Elias.
McHugh has pitched well for the Astros. Just an 8-9 record, but a 2.89 ERA, and opponents hitting just .216 against him. He's really pitched well.
Pitching coach. Yep, Brent Strom going out. Chance for some two-out damage here from the Mariners home run and RBI leader. First time up, Kyle. Rounded out to second.
A career high in home runs and RBIs for Kyle. 23 homers, 88 RBIs. A real good chance to get to 100. Astros will put the shift on again with Kyle hitting.
Altuve about 5-6 steps in the short right field. Looks the ball one. Mariners left a man on in the first, 2 in the second, have 2 aboard here in the third. Make something happen. 2-0.
We talked about it with the Astros putting the shift on with Kyle. It's something we've seen all year, but Peacock, everything away from him. Base hitting the other, hitting the ball the other way.
2-1. Mariners over the last 9 games against Houston have won 7 of them, dating back to May 3rd. It's a 2-1. Strike 2.
He was able to come back and make 2 perfect pitches on the outside corner right at the knees.
This is wild here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 on. Here in the home third. Go. He did, says Scott Barry. And that will do it for the Mariners as they strand 2. They've left 5 on so far in the early going in this ball game. It's scoreless. Felix Hernandez, who's got tremendous support here in Seattle at Kings Court every time he comes out, pitches here at Safeco Field, and tonight he struck out 4, walked 2, giving up no runs on 2 hits, and the early favorite, I said this a month ago, Corley Engraver, was taking care of the Cy Young Award, and a lot of people are in agreement. Making an event, I like it. A little theater of baseball. Felix has got 4, 5, and 6 here in the 4th inning. Chris Carter to lead it off. Corey Kluber's been outstanding, and slight edge to Felix.
On the pregame show, we saw Dave Valley making some comparisons, but Felix, opponent's average, out in front of him. Innings pitched, they're pretty close.
Backhanded by Miller. Long throw retires Chris Carter. 1 down.
We got an edge for Kluber in strikeouts. 223 strikeouts. He's third to Felix's 209. Felix now with 4 more strikeouts tonight, so 213. So 10 strikeouts behind Kluber.
Be an interesting vote. There's Jason Castro. Took a cold 3rd strike leading off the 2nd inning. Gone back. Miller coming in. Andy Chavez. Quick 2 outs. Most popular way to follow the Mariners' push to the postseason with MLB.com at bat. It's the #1 app for live baseball. Enjoy live look-ins, replay reviews, scores, live radio broadcast, the MLB TV game of the day, and more. So get at bat for your smartphone or tablet on the App Store or visit Mariners.com. Quick 2 outs. Marwin Gonzalez. Switch hitting shortstop.
Gonzalez grounding out to short his first time up. Mariners playing straight up on the infield and the outfield. Kyle Seager even at the bag at third.
Strike 1.
Working here in the 4th inning with a couple of outs. Felix tonight just a couple of fly ball outs. Everything on the ground or a strikeout for him.
Oh, good pitch. He's ahead 0-2. Small, vocal, passionate. King's Court this evening. But he had it. 1-2.
They have a good time out there, don't they?
Absolutely. Seems like a couple of times, maybe 3 times tonight, we've seen him like he's overthrowing, trying to get that punch out.
He doesn't look as comfortable tonight as he did in his last start at Oakland. And you can see him constantly moving around his shoulder and his elbow. I don't think he's hurt at all. I just don't think he's real comfortable right now. And at times I've seen him get a little bit frustrated with his location. Some pitches well off the plate away.
2-2.
Like that. You can see that pitch, the change up again, well out in front of the plate. And for him, he knows it's a great pitch, but it has to come out of his hand and appear that it's going to be in the strike zone. And the ball is bouncing so far out at home plate, he can't get him to chase it. And it's a fine line. And he was locked in with that pitch for the better part of 4 months this summer. Struggling a little bit tonight. He's thrown some good ones. There's a good fastball.
Down the line, into the corner. Off the bat of Gonzalez. And Chavez takes it out. 13th double for Gonzalez.
Well, take a look at it. Just slaps it the other way. Good fastball at 94 miles an hour, just off the outside corner. Give Gonzalez some credit. That's good hitting. Not trying to do too much with that pitch, going the other way. Well, Felix had an opportunity to have his first clean inning, but that won't happen after the double. And with Singleton stepping in, the Mariners playing him to pull on the infield.
And again, another guy with some pop. Be careful. Strike 1. Mike generally has to do some scrambling behind the plate with Felix, but it seems like a little bit more tonight.
Well, again, the difficult part about it with Felix is everything moves, obviously, and he throws everything as hard as he can. You talk to pitching coaches, they call it throwing the ball with conviction. But when he has nights like tonight when it's bouncing out in front of the plate, it's even tougher. The catchers, they would rather have the ball closer to him so they can smother it. And once it bounces out towards the front of the plate, you're not sure which direction it's going to go in.
Took a lot off of that. 1 and 2. Just Singleton who walked his first time.
He's had a good breaking ball tonight. That's the curve ball. Gets Singleton to swing over the top of it. 81 miles an hour.
They're looking for strikeout number 5. 1 and 2 to Singleton. Strikeout number 5. Got it. That'll do it in the 4th inning for the Astros as they strand another runner. 4 consecutive innings now. They've stranded at least 1 runner. And the Mariners coming up: Morrison, Zunino, and Saunders. Season for the Astros. Mariners owe them 1 more trip to Houston. Stick around after the game for Mariners postgame presented by Delta Airlines. Mariners, boy, they have been threatening through the first 3 innings. Left 1 on in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third. Maybe a payoff here in the 4th with Morrison, Zunino, and Saunders coming up for Lynn McClendon's ball club.
We were talking about earlier in the game, Dave, the Mariners since August 6th. Best hitting club with runners in scoring position at a .319 clip, at 0 for 6 tonight. And Felix is doing his job, so the guys need to help him out a little bit.
Ground roll double for Morrison. 1 hopped, 1 over the fence, right field. Almost 14th double.
Astros with the shift on. They've been shifting with Seager and Morrison hitting tonight.
Play for Dominguez, the third baseman. Logan 3 for 4 on the road trip, in which the Mariners went 5 and 2. Had a couple of good streaks during the course of this season. Two and 1.
Done some damage against Houston. 420 batting average. The highest batting average against the Astros since 2010. I think Peacock a little bit frustrating for the Mariner hitters too. He is just nibbling away. Again, not overpowering. His fastball's been around 90 with a good curveball and a changeup. One of the better fastballs at 91.
2-2.
And one of the few we've seen in the middle of the plate. Tend to throw a lot of pitches. He works here in the 4th inning. Nobody out in the 4th. He's already thrown 67 pitches, 40 strikes.
Shot foul. Pacific Little League from Linwood, state champs, went to the World Series. They had a chance to be down on the field, meet some of the guys. And the cool thing was that they were introduced out on the field before the game, and they were up on a big board. Had a chance to step out of line, tip the cap. It was very cool.
Well, as I was down on the field, and the Mariners were starting their batting practice, and they were standing on the track right behind the cage. Pretty excited to watch the guys walk by. I can't even imagine, you know, when you're that age and coming back from the Little League World Series, cool enough, but then all of a sudden you have Robinson Cano walking right by. That's pretty cool. They were having a good time down there.
Icing on top.
Yeah.
3-2 here to Morrison, leading off the home 4th. And this time Castro holds on. It's back-to-back Ks here for Peacock. That gives him 3 for the evening. On the way in the 1st, this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners.
Well, Mariners, first 3 innings have had runners in scoring position in all the 3 of the innings. Unable to come up with the big base hit to drive in a run. See if Mike Zunino can hit one out of the ballpark. Mike with 20 home runs on the year. Oh.
Way up there.
I think that's as close as we've seen anybody to actually hit the roof.
Honestly.
And he tried to hit it out of the ballpark. He had a fastball down the middle and skied it. And you can see on the EQC tracer and the location of that pitch, but that was close.
CenturyLink link to what's next. The Athletics will be in town. Great pitching matchups. Hamlin, Paxton, Gray, and Felix. John Lester and Chris Young. Paxton, boy, look at that ERA, 1.87. 0 for 1 night for Michael Saunders. His time off, his time rehabbing and getting back. His wife gave birth to their first son, Declan, so he's got a couple of kids now. He's got a boy and a girl. Congratulations.
Michael, ready to rock.
Well, stroked into right field, a base hit. Presley was playing very deep. Saunders with a 2-out single here in the 4th inning.
.92-mile-an-hour fastball, trying to go back to the outside corner. See Saunders reaching out over the plate and hooking this line drive into right field. Good look at our McDonald Supermo as Michael stays with that pitch. Here's Brad Miller. Brad flying out to center field his first time up.
Strike 1. Both teams, no runs, 3 hits, and no errors. Swing and a miss. Brad looking bad on that one. More state champions, a softball team from Gig Harbor. They were down on the field. The Little League champions. Great night for them as well. Pacific Little League and softball champions too.
Go Brad, strike man.
Breaking ball, strike 3 called. Miller's gone. That'll do it in the 4th inning for the Mariners. No score. What a pitching matchup tonight. Brad Peacock and Felix Hernandez. Mariners baseball here on Root Sports, being brought to you by CenturyLink. Your link to what's next. By Jack in the Box. Right now at Jack in the Box, try Jack's Spicy Chicken Club Combo for just $4.99 plus tax. By BNSF Railway, sponsor of the BNSF Blast. And by BECU, offering convenient access to online and mobile banking. Get info and join at becu.org. No score here in the 5th inning. And it's one of the fine character actors on the scene these days, John C. Reilly out of Chicago. He is a good one. Talladega Nights. He was in Chicago. He's in Wreck-It Ralph. Step Brothers. Remember when a couple 3 years ago we go to St. Louis? Tony La Russa was just finishing up, and Tony he was conducting a media interview, and he'd stop in mid-sentence because he had Step Brothers on, and he'd go, "Watch this. This is a funny line. Watch this." I never forget that. As Seager will not be able to barehand, Dave Niehaus and I went in there in the middle of the conversation. He's just, "Stop. Whoa, look at this. Look at this." And we'd sit there watching. Tony would be sitting there cracking up, man. John C. Reilly was
his pregame prep. That'll be an infield hit for Dominguez.
That dude is funny. John C. Reilly. 1 for 2 night for Dominguez now with that infield hit. Alex Presley. He walked his first time in a 3-2 pitch. Felix today, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks. Ball 1.
And with Presley showing bunt, Al Seager in on the grass at third. Felix now 66 pitches, 41 strikes.
Two 2-0. Presley with 1 sacrifice in the season.
Houston doesn't do a lot of sacrifice bunting. They are 11th in the American League in that category.
Tom Lawless, maybe he thinks a little bit differently than Bo Porter. 2-0. And out of the glove of Zunino. Strike 1, 2-1.
You'll see that from managers. If the hitter ends up in a hitter's count, they'll take the bunt off and let him swing away, give him a shot at getting a base hit. See if he puts the bunt back on right here.
So Tom Lawless takes over. His bench coach is Adam Everett. Seager in at third. Quick throw over. Astros with 4 hits, the Mariners with 3. Mariners have stranded 6. Houston's left 4 men aboard. Strike 2 and 2. Bottom 11, 4-4, Oakland at Chicago. The White Sox. 2 and 2. Strike 3 call. Half a dozen strikeouts for Felix Hernandez. Big first out here in the 5th inning.
Comparing Felix to Corey Kluber, the fine right-hander from the Cleveland Indians, and Felix ERA is well out in front with a 2.18 ERA. Same with his whip, under 1 at a 0.90. Strikeout to walk ratio fairly close. Felix has been really good in that area this year. He and Iwakuma both done a good job limiting the walks.
Top of the order, Robbie Grossman. Center field, Jackson. Ball knuckled on him a little bit. 2 outs. 2 outs, men aboard in the 5th. Save time and money riding Sounder from Lakewood and South Tacoma to Seattle. For schedules, visit soundtransit.org. Bring up Jose Altuve, leading hitter in the American League. 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. Strike 1. Rays and White Sox just went to the 12th inning. Tied at 4-4. Mentioned the Angels won at Cleveland this morning 12-3. This afternoon, Detroit beat Kansas City 9-5. In tight. 1-1.
Seen Felix pitch him inside all 3 at bats. He will throw at least 1 fastball inside, straightens him up again. He doesn't want him hanging out over the plate.
Jackson in center field, shallow and towards right center. 1-1 pitch. Way outside, a fine backhand by Zunino.
Well, he said in last inning he's been busy tonight. That is not an easy play to make. It looked like it was the slider over in the other batter's box as he goes over, makes the backhanded play, just smothers it with his catcher's glove.
Go Felix! Go Felix!
2-1 pitch to Altuve. Another good play by Zunino. Man, he makes that look easy. That's a, as you mentioned, a very difficult play.
And that was a fastball. It's 93 miles an hour. You can see again out in front of home plate. Wow, that is really good. Well, the breaking ball or his changeup, Mike can prepare himself. He expects it, a lot of them be in the dirt, but you don't expect Felix to spike a fastball like that. Good play.
He's 3-1. Altuve went hunting. Came up empty. 3-2. Felix sitting on 6 strikeouts. 2 walks. No runs on 4 hits. Small crowd this Monday night. Mariners back from a 5-2 road trip. 15,617. Number 1 pitcher against the number 1 hitter in the league. Altuve 0 for 2. Payoff pitch here with 2 outs. Runner goes, and he bounced that one. It's his 3rd walk. Runners at first and second with 2 outs.
Again, it was another fastball in the dirt. Mike Zunino out to the mound. There you can see on our EQC tracer that last fastball, 93 miles an hour, but in front of the plate in the dirt.
Brings up Dexter Fowler, the center fielder. 1st inning single to right, a 3rd inning strikeout.
He's had a good curveball tonight. It's a pitch that he's had to go to quite a bit.
Dominguez at second, Altuve at first with 2 outs. Pitch to Fowler. This is playable. Coming on Andy Chavez. Going back Miller. Andy calls off Brad. And Felix survives a 2-out, 2-on situation to post yet another 0 on the board. Shutout baseball. Here's Austin Jackson, Andy Chavez, and Robinson Cano. Top of the Mariner batting order coming up in the 5th inning. Tonight, hitting not so good. Scoreless ball game. Take a look. Mariners calendar brought to you by Sleep Country USA. 2 more games with these Astros. A home day off. The last one. A's come to town for the weekend. And then that long dreaded road trip. 4 in Anaheim, 3 in Houston, and 4 in Toronto. For those of you who have that, can visualize the map of North America in your mind right now. That's a doozy, isn't it?
It is, but we're all hoping it's not the last road trip of the year.
Roger that. Roger that. How about the Mariners get some runs going here? What do you say, 14 innings?
14 innings since they've scored a run. Saturday they scored a couple of runs in the 8th inning. Did not score in the 9th. Were shut out yesterday through 9, and now 4 innings without scoring a run. So it's a little bit of a drought for the guys.
0-2 to Jackson, who struck out, walked. He's got a stolen base. That was in the 3rd inning, his 16th bag of the season. Top of the order against Brad Peacock. Strike 3 called. That is strikeout number 5 for Peacock. Doing anything differently since the last time the Mariners saw him?
Really, he's just going, we talked about it at the start of the game, it's relying on command, and he basically has been pitching on or off the outside corner to all the hitters, and that pitch right there, right on the corner, you can see it on our EQC tracer. And he's had a pretty good curveball tonight. Occasional changeup from him, but really he's just been nibbling off the outer edges of the plate.
Here's Indy 0 for 2.
There it is.
Strike 1.
Another fastball down on the outside corner, and he didn't like the call.
That's 3 consecutive plate appearances. He's got at least 1 call that has really ticked him off.
Well, the thing that we've seen tonight from Peacock is he hasn't changed, and we've talked about it from time to time with home plate umpires, and Mark Carlson, the home plate umpire tonight, is he's decided he's just going to stay out there, and now a couple of those pitches that are off the outer edges he's getting the call on. Makes it difficult for the hitters.
1-1 to Chavez. Dominguez at 3rd base, in on the grass. Swing and a miss. Indy tried to leave the yard there. 1-2. One-two pitch. Drop back this way.
A couple of high fastballs. 83 pitches, 52 strikes. So he's had to throw a lot of pitches.
3 hits tonight by the Mariners. A Cano double, a Morrison double, and a Saunders single. That's it. 1-2. Indy. Altuve can't get it. There's hit number 4. One out base hit here in the 5th.
And one of the few times that Brad Peacock has left his curveball up. This pitch is on the outside corner again. Indy catches it towards the end of the bat, but it's up. As he drives it back up the middle, you can see the vibration in his bat from hitting it towards the end. But that's a hanging breaking ball. We'll bring up Robinson Cano. Cano hit a double his first time up. That was in the first inning, and then was intentionally walked in the 3rd.
Some fans chanting MVP for Cano. It's been a fine season. Off the fist, popped up, foul.
He tried to give the Mariners the lead right there. Typically, you don't see him get out in front and be that aggressive, but he was looking for a first pitch fastball, middle in, was able to get it. In fact, it was elevated just above the belt.
On 1 to Robbie. Strike 2.
And there it is again. We were just talking about it. EQC tracer, that pitch off the plate away, and Robinson Cano letting him know. Again, Mark Carlson, the home plate umpire, has consistently called that pitch just off the plate away for Brad Peacock.
Chavez at first, an 0-2 count to Cano. And Robbie, he thought that was the 3rd out.
He was really frustrated with that at bat. He didn't like the call on the fastball away.
That's 6 strikeouts for Peacock, 2 down here in the 5th.
This is the curveball in the dirt as he chases it. And that's what it'll do to you as a hitter too, is you start to expand the zone. You're not sure what the umpire is going to call, and you get frustrated by that.
Morales lined out to center, flied out to left.
Astros have the shift on right now, expecting him to pull the ball on the ground. Seeing Gonzalez, the shortstop, on the right side of the infield.
Breaking ball hit off the end of the bat, 1-1. Peacock's been able to turn away the Mariners through the first 4 innings. Here's a 1-1 outside, 2-1. Mariners stranded a runner in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth. Chavez with 2 outs, he's at first. It's Darren Downs heating up. Two-1 to Morales.
Two pitches now for Brad Peacock. Good news for the Mariners. Hopefully he's just about finished and they can get into the bullpen.
Long look here by Peacock. 2-2 pitch coming with 2 outs. Fowler towards the gap. Long run. And he's a long strider. Made it look easy. Mariners strand yet another runner. We've played 5. It's a scoreless ball game.
Field game 1 of 3 between the Mariners and the Astros. Tell you what, how about if I give you some good news from the Ford Sports Desk and what went down in Chicago. The White Sox taking on the A's. It's all about Flowers power, as in Tyler Flowers, solo home run, bottom of the 9th, sent it into extras, and then Flowers comes back, bottom of the 12th, walk-off solo shot. Chicago taking care of the Athletics. If the M's win tonight, they'll be just 1 game out of that top wild card spot in the American League. Guys?
All right, Tom, thank you. I'd imagine some Mariner fans would like to send a thank you email or text to Mr. Flowers. Now the Mariners have to uphold their end. Chris Carter. Oh, boy, that's hit hard. It's going to stay in the yard. It's a base hit. He's really improved since we saw him early in the year.
Well, you're right. You were talking about it earlier, just staying in the strike zone more often. Earlier in the season, you could throw a pitch in the other batter's box and you could get him to wave at it. But right now, he's locked in. Dangerous hitter. Again for Carter. 36 home runs on the year.
8 in July, 12 in August. Giancarlo Stanton is 36. Carter's got 36. Cruz leading everybody with 39. Jason Castro. Strikeout looking at a fly ball to left. Felix tonight with 6 strikeouts. He's walked 3. Peacock has struck out 6 and walked 2.
He's been able to get a lot of early strikes on the hitters with the curveball. He's had good command of his curveball tonight. 81 pitches for Felix, 51 strikes.
Chasing. 0-2.
Good running fastball. That was going to be on the corner, maybe just off of it, and you can see how far off the plate it ended up. Castro waving at it.
That's another wild pitch for Felix, second tonight.
And again on his changeup. Well out in front of the plate.
Don't forget, we're not bringing back the old TV show, but it'll be a night court here Saturday against the Athletics. CenturyLink link to what's next. Jason Hamill, James Paxton, Sonny Gray and Felix, John Lester and Chris Young. 1-2 here. Swing and a miss. 7 strikeouts. Felix Hernandez.
And again, struggling a little bit with his changeup, so he goes back to the curveball. 12-6 curveball. 81 miles an hour. Gets Castro to swing right over the top of it. His curveball has been a better pitch for him tonight.
Runner at second brings up Marwin Gonzalez. Round out to short. Double to left. Strike one. Mariners have had a runner, at least one runner aboard. Stranded at least one runner in each of the first 5 innings. Same goes for the Astros.
Well, good news for the Mariners. It looks like Brad Peacock is probably finished. A couple of relievers throwing in the pen for Houston. Downs and De Leon.
Jorge. Darren Downs. 1-1. Strike 2.
Again, the curveball. It's nice to have 4+ pitches. If one of them isn't working, let's go to the toolbox and get another one. Tonight it's been his curveball. His curveball has been outstanding.
1-2. I'm sure somebody's keeping track of it, but he's spiked more balls tonight than he probably has all year.
Yeah, and a lot of them have been with his changeup and even his fastball at times.
Yeah.
And I think Mike Zunino would agree with you. He's getting a workout behind the plate tonight.
He's got the welts to show.
Yeah.
K's not a bad idea right here as Gonzalez gets time. Swing and a miss. Got him. Strikeout number 8. That was on time, too. 2 outs. 2 away with a man at second here in the 6th, the scoreless ball game. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night. Mariners face the Astros, second game of this 3-game series. Action starts with the pregame show. That's at 6:30, followed by first pitch at 7:10. All Tuesday games this season, they're presented by T-Mobile. There's your matchup. CenturyLink link to what's next. Colin McHugh against Rowanus Elias. 2 outs with Chris Carter at second. John Singleton a walk and a strikeout tonight.
Yes! Go! Come on! That's your call,
And again, Felix getting that last strikeout on the curveball. Most of the time you look at him and he'll throw his changeup in those situations, but he's having a tough time with it tonight.
Felix has struck out everybody in the batting order but Grossman and Dominguez tonight. This is their 2-0. Check down to third. Scott Barry says no commitment on that swing, so 3-0. So John Singleton with Matt Dominguez on deck.
He was careful with him in a 2-0 count. He threw him the curveball and missed with it. Singleton on the year Just hitting 177, but he has 13 home runs since being called up.
3-0 pitch. There's a strike.
He threw the curveball 2-0. See if he'll throw it 3-1.
Big pitch here, 3-1. Lost it. Fourth walk. He gets 8 strikeouts. 2 on, 2 outs here in the 6th.
Well, that gives you an idea. The Astros will take their walks. They are 6th in the American League in walks, but Felix this year has been outstanding not walking batters. Gives you an idea of where he's at with his overall command tonight.
How important is this game tonight? The A's have already lost. Sox beat them. White Sox beat them 5-4-12. Angels 12-3 win at Cleveland. Detroit beat KC 9-5.
Now with the Mariner win tonight, they can be within a game of Oakland.
Boy, how tasty would that be?
They would stay a half a game ahead of the Tigers. Felix at 95 pitches. Nobody throwing in the Mariner pen. Houston tonight 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position.
Needs a ground ball right to somebody. Way outside. 2-0, not a good sign. The Kings got a battle here. 2-0. Foul off.
Four walks tonight. That ties a season high for him. Down in Anaheim earlier this year, he had 4 walks. Ended up getting a no decision in that outing.
Two balls, 1 strike to Matt Dominguez. 3-1. This could be the biggest pitching ball game right here. Three-one pitch. Bouncing ball, Seager. How about Felix? Found a way to get the heck out of the 6th inning, straining 2. Wow. Mariners baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on car insurance. By Money Tree, proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. And by American Family Insurance. Your dream is out there. Go get it. Find out more at amfam.com/dreams. Emerald City listening tonight. Scoreless ball game down here in Soto. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew. Rick Riz just came in and said, "Send Tyler Flowers a bouquet."
Thank you, Rick.
Tyler Flowers tied and then won the game for the White Sox against the A's.
Brandon Maurer going to get loose. Looks like Felix's night probably done. Just short of 100 pitches, so that might be it for Felix.
He'll get the A's on Saturday.
And Brad Peacock is finished. Mariners probably happy about that. He was tough tonight. Darren Downs will take over, the left-hander for the Astros. Mariners getting just 4 hits off of Brad Peacock tonight.
Seager 3 for 5 against Darren Downs. It'll be Seager, Morrison, and Zunino.
We'll take a look at Brad Peacock. Had to throw a lot of pitches, 92 pitches to get through 5 innings, but the Mariners with just 4 hits did not give up a run. A couple of walks, 6 strikeouts. Darren Downs on the air, 4.31 ERA, 23 strikeouts, 14 walks, over 31 in the third. Opponents hitting .228.
Wow, he knocked it down. Talking about life preservation. Man, oh man, just like the Iwakuma comebacker last week in Texas.
This one looked as if it was hit towards the end of the bat. I think it fooled him a little bit, but you're right, Dave. Right back at him. I think the one at Iwakuma was over 100 miles an hour. He's able to knock it down. Probably would have been a base hit for Kyle. He was able to get it by him. Now that's towards the end of the bat. You see the ball spinning sideways.
One out. There's Logan Morrison. 1 for 1 against Downs. Almost tonight a ground rule double and a strikeout.
And the Astros will keep the shift on with Logan hitting. See Gonzalez, the shortstop. Singleton towards the line at first. Altuve out on the grass.
Slow breaking ball misses 2-0. Darren Downs out of Southfield, Michigan. 6'3", 208. Here's a pitch. Way inside. Not happy with that one. Almost got a 3-0 count. Brandon Maurer continues to warm up. He takes ball 4. 1 out, 1 on. We got Mike Zunino, Capital One Share Builder with the Seattle Mariners, is proud to support and benefit Seattle Children's Hospital with its Saves for Kids program. For each Mariners save, Capital One Share Builder will donate $1,000 to Seattle Children's Uncompensated Care Program. Capital One Share Builder Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC. Tom Lawless coming out to make a pitching change, bringing a right-hander. Face Mike Zunino. Jorge De Leon getting the call. Mariners have a chance to get a run on the board here in the 6th.
Change for the Astros with the M's hoping to break the scoreless tie here at Safeco Field. Welcome to the Forward Sports Desk. Time now to check in on one of our AT&T fan photos of the night. And for photo number one, we thank Brittany. Brittany at the ballpark with some friends tonight. Their message, a very simple, happy Felix Day. So far, so good. Brittany, thank you very much. Be sure and tweet your photos to hashtag Mariners fan photo for a chance to be shown in an upcoming broadcast. Send it back up to Dave and Mike.
All right, Tim, thank you very much. Feels like we're in a new episode of In Search of Runs. Mariners 15-plus innings now without scoring.
Jorge De Leon, first appearance on the season for him. Mariners have had base runners all night. Just can't get the big base hit. Look for Mike Zunino. Try to come up with a hit. Maybe hit one out of the ballpark. 20 home runs on the year for Mike. Logan Morrison at first base after his walk. De Leon, good fastball and a split.
Zunino's faced him once before. He's 0 for 1. Ball one. Inside football.
Both pitches inside. I'd say that Mike likes the baseball middle to middle in. He can get a fastball in that area right here and do some damage with it.
2-0. 3 infielders on the left side for Zunino. Bouncing ball foul.
There it was, just down 95 miles an hour. EQC tracer, middle in and down.
De Leon from Azuan, the Dominican Republic, 27 years old, had a birthday in the middle of August on the 15th. First year in the big leagues.
Entire right side of the infield wide open. They have the shift on. Altuve, the second baseman, on the left side.
2-2 to Mike.
You can see all that room.
Runner at first is Morrison with one out here in the 6th. And holding on is Castro. Zunino strikes out, 2 away.
After falling behind, is able to strike him out with a couple of sliders away. Last pitch right on the outside corner. I'll bring up Michael Saunders.
Got a base hit his last time up, reaching the fielder's choice. First time 1 for 2. He's excited to be playing in meaningful ball games. Next spot here for him with 2 outs and a man aboard. Saunders 1 for 1 against De Leon. A lot of folks been left out on the base paths in this game.
There is Felix, shirt untucked. His night is done. Brandon Malmo will come on to pitch the 7th inning.
Fastball for strike at 1-1. To Saunders. Stairs 2-1. Mariners against the Houston Astros this year, 8-5 overall, 3-4 here in Seattle, 5-1 down there in Houston. Inside those numbers over the last 9 meetings since early May, the Mariners are 7-2. 2-1. If he gets a strike here, something he can drive. Brad Miller's on deck. 0 for 2 for him tonight. Pitch. Saunders. Give it a shot.
That pitch well off the plate away. The good news is Morrison will be able to take off at first. 3-2 with 2 outs. Presley, the right fielder, playing right in front of the warning track.
Saunders' last home run July 7th against Minnesota. 3-2 pitch. Singleton holding him on. Morrison runs, pitch, fouled off. Something's got to give. 3-2 here to Saunders. Morrison moves. The pitch fouled back.
He's just working hard to keep the ball away from Michael. You can see on the EQC tracer all the pitches away from him. The last one, a good fastball, 94 miles an hour. Brad Miller waiting on deck.
Mariners have a chance to pick up a full game on the Athletics if they can win a game here tonight. White Sox in 12, beat Oakland 5-4 in Chicago. 3-2 here to Saunders. Morrison on the move again. Pitch. Dribbled foul. Good interval training for Mr. Morrison.
I'll take a look at it. It looks like a slider, and it is. Cues it right off the end of the bat after a couple of fastballs away. That is the slider. Logan should be warm over at first right about now.
I'll say. And 2 the pitch. Another foul back.
And this will be the 10th pitch of this at bat. And again away. The only pitch inside was the slider Michael cued. All those other pitches, fastballs away from him.
Wallace, interim manager, Astros. They're 4-1 since he took over. Fired Bo Porter. Again, 3-2 pitch to Saunders. Takes it for ball 4. Graded back. Mariners have 2 men aboard with 2 outs. This season, members of the U.S. military will receive 10% off select main, terrace, and view level seats to any Mariners home game. Small way that the Mariners and EQC can say thank you to our local heroes. To receive your discounted ticket, simply show a valid military ID at any Mariners team store or the Safeco Field box office.
Well, Mariners tonight, 4 walks in the game for him and a hit batter. They haven't been able to take advantage of that, something that they've really done well since the trade deadline right around the 1st of August, taking advantage of mistakes by other teams. A couple of walks here in this inning.
Brad Miller up the middle, base hit. Here comes Morrison waving around. He'll score. Saunders the third. The Mariners have a 1-0 lead. Brad Miller coming up big with a 2-out knock.
He's paying attention on deck. Very aggressive early. It looks like he gets a fastball. Altuve, the second baseman, playing way over in the hole, so right up the middle is a good place for this base hit.
That is a welcome sight.
Brad had a good road trip. He was 6 for 16 with a couple of home runs on the trip.
Felix.
Well, now he's done tonight, but he's in line.
Line to get a W here. 2-out RBI for Miller, his 34th RBI. Austin Jackson, the hitter now. Runners at the corners. Jackson has struck out twice and walked once. Also has a stolen base. He did go as they check with Jeff Nelson, first base umpire. Strike one, Austin. So that ends the Mariners' scoreless string. 15 2/3. That's a long time without scoring.
It is. You can see Altuve, the second baseman, playing up the middle. Huge hole on the right side of the infield.
0-1 to Jackson. Castro sets up outside. Swings through 0-2. It'll be Brandon Maurer's job to hang another 0 on Houston in the 7th. Felix right now can win it, can't lose it. If he does get the W, it'll be his 15th victory. 0-2 to Jackson. Outside for ball one.
Next pitch will be 20 for De Leon.
Inning start with a hot comebacker by Seager against Darren Downs. A walk to Morrison, strikeout Zunino. Walk to Saunders and a base hit by Miller. 1-2 to Jackson. Miller takes off up the middle. Altuve will throw to first and get the out, but the Mariners get a run on one hit. No errors, lead 2, and have a 1-0 lead as we head to the 7th. Mariners lead it 1-0. Felix Hernandez post zeros for 6 innings, striking out 8. And the Mariners come up with a huge 2-out RBI single off the bat of Brad Miller. So right now he is the pitcher of record for the Mariners in terms of victory. If he can come up with a victory, it'd be his 15th, Mike.
Well, you're right. He had to battle through this one tonight. 6 innings, 5 hits. Did not give up any runs, but 4 walks for Felix. That ties a season high for him. 8 strikeouts. He threw 99 pitches, 60 of them 4 strikes. Had a really good curveball tonight. Struggled with his changeup at times, but battled him when he needed to make some big pitches. He was able to do it. Keep the Astros off the scoreboard. And with the Mariners scoring a run, that's why he is in line. But Brandon Maurer will take over pitch here in the 7th inning. For Brandon, a 4.94 ERA, 48 strikeouts in the 62 innings that he has worked. Opponent's hitting .267 against a good fastball. This fastball will be 95 to 98 miles an hour. Mix in a slider and a changeup.
Been a lot of fun watching his development this year. It's Alex Presley, his first batter. Mauer's role has been truly defined, and he's excelled.
Well, no question about it. He's just looks like a different pitcher from when he was starting earlier this year. Was sent down, came back, and not sure that they expected him to be in the bullpen the rest of the year. But with the way that he's thrown the baseball, become a big part of the bullpen, pitching here in the 7th inning with the Mariners a 1-run lead. Very aggressive with his fastball. Again, he's topped out 98, 99 miles an hour. His first fastball in this inning was 95.
0-2 here to Presley. Time called. Presley tonight a walk and a strikeout against Felix.
Fastball, Presley, fastball.
And again, the White Sox got a Tyler Flowers homer to tie it and another one to win it in the 12th. Beat the Athletics 5-4, so the Mariners can pick up a full game on Oakland. They would be a game behind the Athletics. A's will be in town this weekend. Two. The Mariners can catch and pass the Athletics, get that #1 wild card spot. That means hosting one-game playoff. Here's 1-2 pitch. Held on by Zunino. Fouled off by Presley. Good start for Brandon Mauer. One away here in the 7th.
Take a look at Felix and Kluber again. We've been comparing them throughout the ball game. Fielding independent pitching, almost a tie going into the game tonight. But Felix with the 8 strikeouts and the 4 walks did not give up a home run. That number will improve for him. So a little separation from Kluber in 5th.
Top of the order now, Robbie Grossman. Ball 1 inside. Robbie tonight 1 for 3 with a stolen base. 2-0.
I don't think Brandon Mauer, since he was recalled and gone to the bullpen, has gone out there one time without a good fastball. He's topped out at 98 again tonight.
It's been very impressive.
97 miles an hour at the bottom of the strike zone.
2-1. Pitches with a toot. Like it.
Well, that was his first or maybe his second outing out of the bullpen. That was the thing that Lloyd McClendon was talking about with him. Just loved the way he came out there and was aggressive going right at it. Yeah.
Let's go. He's breathing fire. That was great. As opposed to nibbling when he was a starter. High fly ball right field. This could be trouble. Saunders. Condor reaches up, can't get it. Tipped in the ballpark. Now decided to call it a home run. Pat Hoberg, second base umpire. He had it as a home run.
Oh boy. 7th home run of the year for Grossman. Michael Saunders is saying no, it did not go over, and now Lloyd McClendon coming out. Take a look at Michael. He's going to go up. Times his jump. Looks like he's in pretty good shape. Off his glove. He has it in his glove right there. And then he brings it back. That right there, they're going to have to overrule it. That is a great play by Saunders. Almost making the catch, but at least keeping it back in the ballpark.
Very similar to the play Ackley did make in left field.
Well, you can see where they would get fooled with that fencing back there. I think they thought maybe it hit the fencing and came back, but Michael clearly had it in his glove, and it comes right out of the end of it at the end. They're going to send Grossman back to second base.
No doubt.
What a big play by Saunders. Not sure any of the other guys that play right field were tall enough to get to that.
Bingo.
Yeah. Michael, a big man, and again timed his jump perfectly. take another look at it. Now it's just a matter of where Grossman was at. They may give him third base as opposed to keep him at second. They just showed it on the big screen. You can hear the fans react. Might be a game saver right there by Saunders.
No doubt. Brandon Maurer just saluting Sonda for keeping it in the yard here.
That's full extension right on the end of his glove, and when he tried to bring it back, flipped out to the end of it, but they're going to have to overturn this.
Third base wouldn't surprise me.
No, third base. He was running hard the entire way. Grossman, the leadoff hitter. He never slowed down, and it looked as if when Saunders was picking the ball up, he was on his way around second. But a good play by Saunders. Unfortunately, it came out of his glove. That would have been one of the best catches we'd seen this year, especially when you consider everything at stake. Here's Grossman as he runs around first. Saunders goes up, brings the ball back. Grossman sees the ball hit the ground, and that's when he takes off. We'll see when Saunders picks it up. There's Austin Jackson picking it up. Yeah, they're going to, I think they'll give him third base. He's about halfway to third before the ball is being thrown in by Austin Jackson.
Third base.
Yeah, they're going to give him third. I think that's the right call. So a triple for Grossman.
Lloyd coming out. He probably wants it. He's probably thinking, hey, wait a minute, I want two, not three. Just ran Lloyd.
Well, Lloyd is saying that the fielders stopped play because they signaled home run. And the second base umpire tonight, Pat Hoberg, signaled home run, and he was all the way out where the outfielders could see him. And Lloyd saying that the outfielders shut it down because they saw the home run call, even though Grossman was running. If you look at the video, you can see that Grossman was about halfway to third, but he's saying because of the home run call, his outfielders shut down their play, and that's the reason why he was able to get as far as he was towards third, and he wanted him to be at second base. I don't blame him. I'd want him at second too, but it doesn't appear that they're going to change their call, and Lloyd not happy with the explanation. We'll see Jackson as he picks the ball and see if we can see where he is looking. He's got his back turned. I understand Lloyd's point, but I think that they ended up getting that one right.
What a development here with one out in the seventh inning.
Well, the Mariners have to bring their infield in. And one of the best hitters in the American League stepping to the plate. Yeah.
Leading hitter in the league. Tough spot. Ball one.
Altuve tonight 0 for 2. Ground out to short, a strikeout in the third, and then walked in the fifth.
So Grossman with his second triple of this season. One out here in the seventh and a 1-0 Mariner lead. Brad Miller at 2-out RBI single in the sixth.
Saunders has a good arm. This will be close. Grossman can run.
Here's Saunders with the catch. A throw. And safe.
Oh.
Tie ball game. Sac fly Altuve.
Strong throw from Saunders. A perfect one hop for Zunino to handle, but just too much speed from Grossman.
A 1-1 ball game. 2 outs.
You set that up, huh? Come on.
There's a better look at it. Looks like he gets his heel in there, and he does. Plenty of time. He's clearly safe.
In a blink, it gets tied after the Mariners struggled like heck to get that first run. Houston answers immediately here in the top of the seventh. Here's Dexter Fowler. Slaps one foul.
And Felix will not factor in the decision. Danny Farquhar, Charlie Furbush getting loose in the pen.
Down low. 1-1. Altuve with his 50th run batted in ties it up. 5th. Sacrifice fly. Deflects it to Brad Miller. Brad throws out Fowler. Mariners got to get back at it. Bottom of the 7th, a 1-1 game. Imagination, what would you do if you won? Good to have you with us here. Safeco Field. Mariners back in town. Their penultimate homestand here. 1-1 ball game. And how about this? Look at the frustration here. Michael Saunders, what an effort. Now look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. I got it. I got it. No, I don't.
He thought he still had it in the end of his webbing. And now he picks the ball up, and by then Austin Jackson. Now watch Mike Zunino on this sacrifice fly. He sees it go down the right field line. In the past, you would have him, his foot right there in that area, right there. You can see it, and then he takes a little step forward, cannot block the plate, so he gives up just that little bit of room, and that'll be the difference in this play. And typically, once he receives the ball, he can block it, but by then, his foot, Grossman's foot, is able to get across the plate. One of the best at it. Dan Wilson, Dave Valley, guys that caught here for a long time. There's no way in that situation that they would have given up the plate. But with the rules, Zunino doing the right thing. He has to give them room to slide in there. And that's one of the plays that you can see the difference on. Otherwise, that foot is right in the middle of that plate going right down the line. And they're going to block it, but you can't do that anymore. So Mike didn't do anything wrong in that situation. But it maybe cost the Mariners.
New pitcher is Kevin Chapman. And Trent Jewett running the ball club with Lloyd McClendon ejected for the 28th time in his career, 6th time this season. And send up Chris Denorfia.
Denorfia going to pinch hit for Indy Chavez, who started in left field tonight. 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Mariners. Denorfia, Cano, and Morales.
Just joining us, White Sox in 12 beat the Athletics. Mariners have a chance to pick up a full game on Oakland. Only be one game back of the A's. Denorfia 0 for 2. 0-2. One ball game here in the bottom of the 7th.
Good sinking fastball from Chapman just off the outside corner.
Chris seeing Chapman for the first time. Chris, of course, been over in the National League for many years. 1-1 ball game. Brad Miller gave the Mariners the lead. A 2-out single up the middle in the 6th. But then the triple and the sac fly top the 7th. Played in a run. Dominguez placed the hop nicely, one away.
That will bring up Robinson Cano. Cano 1 for 2 tonight. Had a double in the 1st inning. Intentionally walked in the 3rd, and then a strikeout swinging in the 5th.
Cano, .299 hitter against left-hand pitching this season. Chapman working the extreme third base side of the rubber. Ball one.
Don't make him throw his hat up.
One game. Run on 6 hits for Houston, a run on 5 hits to the Mariners. Mariners have left 9 men aboard. 8 stranded by Houston. Two and 0 to Cano. Fouls it off.
Farquhar continues to throw in the Mariner pen.
2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on. It'll take strike 2. With 12 home runs on the season, August 26th against Texas, his last home run. 2-2. Not a full count. Kendrys Morales on deck. Morales 0 for 3. Fist doesn't stay foul.
I think that's the angle that Chapman is creating by getting on that side of the rubber, almost throwing it back inside, well and off the plate. Cano, a little bit of self-defense right here. Fastball did runs right in on his hands as he fights it off.
Punch shot. It'll get down. Cano is aboard with a 1-out single here in the 7th. Second hit in the ball game, 2 for 3.
This is not easy to do. It's one of the reasons why he's such a great hitter. He gets that fastball up and in on him, and he fights off. And now this is a slider that is just off the outside corner, and he's still able to stay with it. Doesn't roll over on it, just punches it into left field. There aren't many hitters on the planet that would be able to do that. Good hitting by Cano. He's something.
Well, here's Morales, who's shown maybe a little more signs of life from the right side recently.
He's been much better, yeah. I agree, from the right side.
Ball one. Shot foul. Morales, a .296 hitter against left-handed pitching. 1-1.
That was a good pitch for Kendricks to hit up out over the plate. An aggressive swing on it. Right side of the infield. Big hole again. Altuve cheating towards the middle. Or Singleton holding Cano on it first. A lot of room on the right side to pick up a base hit.
Ball and 2 strikes to Kendricks. 1 out, 1 on. 1-1 game. Home 7th. Struck him out. 2 away. Join us tomorrow during the Astros-Mariners game for another edition of Twitter Tuesday. And for an extra chance at winning, sign up for the Root Sports eConnect by visiting rootsports.com, where we're going to post an exclusive Twitter Tuesday question. For giveaway rules, visit us at rootsports.com. Kyle Seager. We look at CenturyLink link to what's next. Colin McHugh against Roenis Elias. Kyle Seager, the hitter, with 2 outs, 1 on.
And the Astros will put the shift on again for Kyle. They've been consistent with that. Kyle has done a lot of damage here at Safeco Field this year. 24 and 90 sounds good. Looking at those numbers at the bottom.
Breaking ball for strike. Seager, a .262 hitter against lefty pitching as Danny Farquhar prepares for the 8th inning.
It's another area where Kyle continues to improve, hitting left-handers.
Strike 2. Two to Kyle. Runner goes. Swung on and missed. Struck him out. So Chapman comes in, gives up just a single, strikes out the 4 and 5 hitters for the Mariners. The 1-1 game. Danny Farquhar will take over.
Safeco Field as we get ready for the 8th, and welcome back to the Forward Sports Desk. Time now for an AT&T fan photo of the night, and this one is provided courtesy of Cody, who is clearly a member of the King's Court tonight, along with a friend of his. It's a good place to be, and it was nice to see King Felix deliver the way he did tonight. Not his best stuff, but boy, did he battle out there. Be sure and tweet your photos to #MarinersFanPhoto for a chance to be shown in an upcoming broadcast. Thanks, Cody. Let's send it back upstairs to Dave and Mike.
All right, Tom, thank you very much. This is a game the Mariners really want to get. The A's have already lost 5-4-12 at Chicago. Danny Farquhar will take over now. He is the third Mariner pitcher this evening.
2.45 ERA. Opponents hitting just .217 against Danny. It's a good fastball. He'll be in the mid-90s. Likes to throw his cut fastball a lot more, though. That fastball will be about 90 miles an hour. 12-6 curveball and a changeup.
Taking over in left field is Chris Denorfia, taking over for Indy Chavez. Dangerous hitter here in Chris Carter. Carter, Castro, and Gonzalez 4, 5, and 6 here in the Astro lineup. And Danny behind 2-0. Carter 1 for 3 against Farquhar. Did not go. 3-0. Carter a single to left his last time up, 1 for 3. There's a strike. Altuve sacrifice fly brought home Robbie Grossman, who got a triple on a ball that Michael Saunders had in his glove and then brought it back into the field of play. Lloyd McClendon was ejected, protesting that review. This was after the Mariners had taken a lead in the bottom of the 6th. A 2-out single by Brad Miller put the Mariners up 1-0, but that was short-lived. 3-2 to Carter. Walked him. Time now for our Geico This date in MLB history. Back in '98, Mark McGwire hit a 62nd home run, breaking the Roger Maris single season record. Finished the season with 70.
Jason Castro, the catcher, will step in. Tough night for Castro. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts.
Strike one to Jason. Mariners outfield is Denorfia, Jackson, and Saunders. The infield, Seager, Miller, Cano, and Morrison, with Zunino behind the plate. The 0-1. And ahead 0-2. Castro 3 for 5 against Farquhar.
Danny came into the game yesterday as a pinch runner. Was able to go first to third on a base hit. He was pretty excited about it. He really wanted to score a run, too.
Kings Court still got something left in the tank. Felix, a no decision tonight. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And yet another one saved by Zunino. And 2. Struck him out. 1 away. Here in the Astros 8th with a man aboard. There's no prescription needed when you join us for Neon Sunglasses Night at Safeco Field. Simply be one of the first 20,000 fans through the gates this Friday when the Mariners take on the A's at 7:10, and you're going to get an awesome accessory courtesy of Key Bank. Stop by Mariners.com for tickets to Neon Sunglasses Night.
Marwin Gonzalez stepping in, 1 for 3 tonight, had a double, hit it down the left field line.
One out, one on. Foul ball. Fielded by first base coach Tariq Brock. called. Delayed steal. Down to second. Safe.
It's interesting because Mike, you take a look at the tag by Brad Miller, but Mike Zunino looked as if he saw him on the delayed steal. Trent Jewett coming out of the dugout. That's a much closer play than I originally thought. Take another look at it as Chris Carter, big man, slides into the base. Oof, that's close. But it looked as if Zunino saw him go on the delayed steal, and I thought Miller was close enough, but Mike, it looked like he waited just a split second for Miller to get to the bag. I'm not sure that they were fooled on it, but they're going to take a look at it. I don't think they were fooled. It was just the timing of it.
Yeah.
Didn't look right. Take a look at it right here. Zunino comes out right there. He sees him, and now he waits. There's the double clutch. I wonder if maybe Mike was watching Cano, and Cano was trying to get the call. That was a good look right there, too. It looked.
Yeah.
And that from that side here, it's hard to tell because his glove will go down, but is his foot touching the base when he actually touches him? And right there, it looks like it had. The view from behind the bag when you could see Cano.
I thought that was a little more definitive.
Yeah, that's here it is right here. Take another look at it.
Oof. Wow, that's close.
I don't think there's enough there to change the call. That's close.
Right? Man, oh
They
man.
just showed it again here on the big screen. The fans, you can hear them ooh and ah. Not sure that they know which way to go with it either.
Other side of the story here, the Athletics have lost. Mariners can pick up a full game. White Sox, Tyler Flowers tied it in the 9th, won it in the 12th. A home run in each at bat.
There's another look at it again. Mike double clutches. I think he thought Cano was going to cover. Brad looked like he was there, and then here's the look. Cano trying to get the call right away. He thought he was out. And the fans think he's out too. At least they want him to be.
Especially after seeing that view from center field.
One of the things we talked about at the start of the game, that with the struggles of the Astros this year, the one thing that they will do is they will steal some bases, second in the American League in stolen bases.
Carter, their big hitter. If that stolen base stands, that's his 4th. 4 out of 5.
You don't see the delayed steal anymore.
We've seen it twice in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, maybe. Not many this
And those
year.
are the only two.
Yeah.
Those are the only 2 this year.
Yeah.
Taking a hard look at this one back in New York.
Well, it's a big call.
Oh, it's huge. Absolutely huge. Here we go. What do we have? What do you say, fellas? What do we have? Safe. Stolen base for Chris Carter. Carter at second. Here in the 8th inning, 1 out. The call stands. A 1-1 count to Marwin Gonzalez, who's 1 for 3. Marquardt ready. 2-1. Two and one. Backing up Jackson in center field. Carter goes back to tag. Bluffs. Jackson gets the throw in. 2 outs.
The Astros tonight 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position.
Rick Waite's a pitching coach. Talked to Farquhar about how they want to deal with John Singleton, who's walked twice and struck out once.
I think with Danny, he likes to throw his cutter so much, and watching Singleton, he has some power. Again, 13 home runs on the year. I think in this situation, Rick wants him to try to keep the ball away from him and not throw the cutter inside. We'll see.
Low average, but a decent amount of home runs for Singleton. And this is 82nd ball game.
You see Mike set it right on the outside corner. Good cutter on the outside corner.
Eighth team with a run and 6 hits. 0-1 pitch. 1-1. Mariners have stranded 10 runners. Houston has stranded 8 to this point. Cano throws out Singleton, and the Mariners the chance to grab a lead, turn it over to Rodney in the ninth. It's a 1-1 ball game. Morrison, Zunino, and Saunders coming up. Felix got the start tonight, pitched well, but will not get a decision. We take a look at our Seattle City Light power play. And Felix Hernandez went 6 innings tonight, 4 walks and 8 Ks. And he continually got out of trouble.
Well, the fans out in the Kings Court were busy tonight with those 8 strikeouts. Felix, yeah, you're right. Neither team has had a clean inning tonight, but Felix was able to pitch out of some trouble at times. Had a really good curveball tonight. That helped him get out of some trouble as he strikes out Gonzalez, and then Kyle Seager. Routine play at third. Get Felix out of some trouble.
Jake Marisnick takes over in right field for Alex Presley for the Astros. Right into the shift, the shortstop. Gonzalez throws out Morrison, 1 away. There's Jake. Jake takes over in right field for Alex Presley.
Yeah, looks like we're going to get a pitching change.
1 out, and right hand hitting Mike Zunino is the hitter. Tom Wallace, one-time infielder with Cardinals in Toronto, Cincinnati, and Montreal, making a pitching change. He's the new interim manager for the Astros. Got a 1-1 ball game here at Safeco Field.
Tied at 1. Welcome back to Safeco Field. Welcome back to the Ford Sports Desk. Let's take a look at the two games that had a direct impact on the wild card race in the American League. Very good day in the Motor City. Detroit with Justin Verlander on the mound, getting it done against Kansas City by a final score of 9-5. Also in Detroit, the Lions open their NFL season with a victory over the Giants. One Golden Tate making his debut for the Lions. Back to baseball, Windy City. Oh, well done, Mr. Flowers. Tyler Flowers, solo shot, bottom of the ninth, to put the White Sox and A's into extras, and then Flowers with a walk-off solo shot to win it in the bottom of the 12th. So if the M's can get it done tonight, they will trail the A's by just one game for that top spot in the American League wild card race. Guys?
All right, thank you, Tom. Michael Foldenevich takes over on the mound for the Astros. Hard throwing right-hander.
First fastball at 98 miles an hour.
First round pick, 19th overall, June 2010 draft out of Sterling, Illinois. Turns 23 in early October. Zunino behind 1-2.
Rodney getting ready just in case. Tony Sipp getting loose in the Astros bullpen.
There's a 1-2 pitch.
Oh boy.
Sheesh. Way out front. Two. Bumping at 98, full count. Michael Saunders on deck. Three-two to Mike. Ball four. Go ahead run at first.
See if we get a pinch runner. Probably James Jones if we do. Yeah, and it will be. James Jones going to pinch run. And I can see down into the Astros dugout, Wallace, the new manager. He wants the catcher to go out and have a conversation with the right-hander. Give Tony Sipp a little more time to get loose. And that's what's going to happen. Castro heading out to the mound now as you see the veteran Tony Sipp. Couple of lefties due up. You have Saunders and then Miller before you get back to the top of the order.
Saunders this evening. 1 for 2 with a walk. And a great 10-pitch at bat in the 6th.
So Wallace just waiting for the call from the bullpen to let him know when Tony is ready. And here he comes.
Tony Sipp, veteran left-hander. We've seen him quite often during his days with the Cleveland Indians. Take a timeout and get back to Safeco Field. A 1-1 game in a ball game the Mariners got to have. The A's have already lost. The Mariners can pick up a full game on Oakland. That's the 8th inning. We take you back to the 7th, and Robbie Grossman on a 3-1 pitch drives one. Michael Saunders, a fabulous effort right here. He's got it, he's got it, he's got it. No, he doesn't. Now look at Saunders' eyes here. He thought for sure. Right here, you look at Sondo.
When he hits his arm on the top of the fence, that's what jars it loose. He can't feel that, though, at the end of his glove. He thinks it's still in there. And see him looking in his glove.
The umpires went to the video and determined that the runner gets third base, and Lloyd blew a gasket. He had run for the 6th time this year, his 28th time over his career. And then later on a 1-0 pitch with Altuve, the next hitter, fly ball right field. Saunders throw a little bit late. Grossman scores. That ties the ball game. This after the Mariners in the 6th inning got a 2-out RBI single off the bat of Brad Miller to get the 1-0 lead. And now Tony Sipp, veteran left-hander. Saunders is 2 for 8 with a homer against him. Tony in his 50th game.
ERA just over 3. Opponents hitting just 143 off of Sipp. He has given up 4 home runs this year, and James Jones is at first base. He came on the pinch run for Michael Saunders, who had walked.
Strike one. Jones, 23 stolen bases, 23 out of 24. 1 out, 1 on.
Rodney continues to throw in the pen. He's going to pitch the 9th.
All 1-1. A small but enthusiastic crowd here at Safeco Field here tonight. 15,617. Mariners opening their next to last homestand. It was a Kings Court night. They came in good voice. Felix gets a no decision night. Jones takes off. Good jump. Here's a throw down to second. He is safe.
What acceleration.
Another money bag for James Jones, his 24th, and he injured a hand.
Well, it takes a good pitch to run on. It's an off-speed pitch. And he has so much acceleration. We've talked about it with him before. And you can see the slide. Here goes his hand. He jams it underneath the bag. Out. Clearly safe. But he jammed his fingers. What a huge bag.
Sure was. Sunday on the 31st of August, he came in as a pinch runner in the 8th, stole 2nd and 3rd, and came around and scored. And what became a Mariners 5-3 win over the Nationals. That's a big one.
And that was a good look. Gives you an idea just how fast he is, his speed. I would say it's an average jump at best. Still able to steal it.
Saunders looks at strike 2, 2-2.
Brad Miller waiting on deck. Nobody throwing in the Astros pen.
Plus speed out at second.
Mariners 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position tonight.
A's have lost. Mariners need this win. 2-2. Saunders takes all three. I'm with you.
That's just below right there.
Wow.
Good eye. That's good eye.
Buddy at home. Clutching the old chest. Counts run full. Outfield not deep. 3-2 pitch to the Condor and a timeout called. Tony Sipp, the veteran, going against Michael Saunders. 1 out, Jones at second. A 3-2 pitch. In the dirt. Ball 4, 2-men aboard with 1 out.
He's back in the 6th inning. A couple of walks, and with 2 outs, Brad Miller ended up with a base hit back up the middle, and Brad will come to the plate. They're not going to hit for him. Chris Taylor, the right-handed hitting shortstop on the club. They're going to let Brad's been swinging the bat well, though. Again, 6 for 16 on the road trip, and he's the one that came up with the big base hit with 2 outs.
First pitch.
Yeah. First pitch fastball, hit it back up the middle.
Miller 0 for 1 against Tony Sipp.
Rodney ready to go. He will pitch the 9th, even if it's tied. I think they'll bring him in, and he'd like to come in and get another save if he can. You can see the last road trip, couple of home runs for Brad.
Dexter Fowler, the center fielder, shallow and shading towards left center, to leave a big gap between the center fielder and the right fielder.
They hit a line drive right at Root Sports in right center. A lot of speed on the bases for the Mariners.
Tony Sipp. First pitch to Brad Miller. Runner goes. Here's Jones, and bobbled by Castro. Another money bag for James Jones. 2nd and 3rd. He's stolen them tonight.
This is a green light situation for him. They did not put the steal on, and James decided he could get it. Runs on a good pitch again. It was a breaking ball. Looked like it was in the dirt. Castro not able to handle it. And it is the breaking ball. Unfortunately, Saunders, by the time he picked up Jones, he decided not to go. So Saunders still at first. If they had put the steal on, obviously Michael would have run with him. But it's a read play, and he read it a little bit late, decided to stay, didn't want to chance it. James Jones, we were talking about it back in August and how important a role he could actually play on this team with the September call-ups because of his ability to steal bases. And it's not just speed. He's a smart base runner.
And I'll be honest with you, I can't remember the last time you had a guy get more than 1 money bag late in the game the last 6-7 years. I remember Saunders did it one time 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Well, he's showing that he is fearless. And again, he's a smart runner. Picks the right pitch in the dirt. Castro can't get the handle on it. What is he now, Dave? 25 out of 26, something like that?
Yep, 25 out of 26.
Yeah, that's not just speed right there. He knows what he's doing. Smart player. And he is nice to have. See Buchanan getting loose in the bullpen for the Astros. Brad Miller will step in. The infield is up.
The outfield's moving up closer, too. One out of Brad. Runners at the corners. A's have lost. Mariners in great position here. Pitch to Brad. Foul back. 1-1. Miller's driven in the Mariner only run. 2-out single in the 6th.
And I'm sure Jones at third. He will try to score on contact. Altuve's in on the grass at second. We're talking about the infielders shortening up. They're getting as close as they possibly can because of the speed of James.
1-1 pitch to Brad Miller. In the dirt. Mariners have left 10 men on base tonight. Astros 9. Both teams a run on 6 hits.
And again, the Mariners 1 for 8 tonight with runners in scoring position. That one base hit coming from Brad Miller.
What a spot right now. 2-1. Tony Sipp delivers. Base hit! It gets past Marisnick. Scoring is Jones. Saunders the third. Getting a wave on. He's going to score. Brad Miller, a 2-run triple. The Mariners have a 3-1 eighth inning lead. Fernando Rodney can get warm in earnest now. Brad Miller, what a night. He's driven in all 3 runs.
He gets a fastball that's in the middle of the plate, down. And this is a screaming line drive. How about the bottom of the lineup? Brad Miller drives in all 3 runs. Jones, Saunders, and wow, look at that pitch is just borderline out of the strike zone down, but he stays on it. And he rips it into right field with another triple for Brad Miller.
For Brad, his 4th triple of the season. 2 more RBIs, gives him 35. Saunders back off the DL. Could not be more psyched. Don't forget the A's have already lost. The Mariners in great position right now, a 3-1 eighth inning lead. They're loving it here at Safeco Field. Tony Sipp, they knock him out real quick. 3-1 Seattle.
Three runs batted in for the Mariners, looking to close it out here in game 1 of 3 against the Houston Astros. Coming up on Mariners postgame, presented by Delta Airlines. We will certainly catch up with Mr. Miller, skipper Lloyd McClendon, who was ejected earlier, King Felix, Michael Saunders, Dave Valley, and more. Stick around. Mariners postgame presented by Delta Airlines as we send it back upstairs to Dave and Mike.
All right, Tab, thank you. 1 out, 2 runs in. Why quit now? Here's Austin Jackson with the runner at third, drawn in infield. Ball 1 from Jake Buchanan.
At this point in the season, Dave, every game's so important, and you just keep looking at who's going to be the hero today. What a night for Brad Miller. If you look at the numbers for Jake Buchanan, ERA well over 5.
Strike 1 to Jackson. Struck out twice, walked and grounded out.
There's Fernando Rodney. He's ready to go. He's been getting loose for a while out in the pen.
1-1 pitch to Jackson. He's able to check his swing. 2-1. Tyler Flowers, a hero in Chicago from a Mariners standpoint, tying the game with a homer in the 9th, winning it in the 12th. White Sox 5-4 over the A's, and the Mariners can pick up a full game on Oakland and would be a game behind the A's. Here's a 2-1 pitch here to Jackson. Takes it inside for ball 3. Chris Denorfia came on as a pinch hitter in the 7th inning. He's on deck. Up the middle, base hit. 4-1 Mariners. Austin Jackson with an RBI, his 44th.
Now the Mariners 3 for 10 with runners in scoring position. We're not able to get much going early in the ball game, but they're pouring it on now. No reason to stop Austin Jackson at first. You'd be surprised if he tries to steal second. Brad Miller, what a night.
3 runs batted in.
Yeah, he gets in a good count, 3-1 count, hits a fastball right back up the middle infield, drawn in. Solid base hit for Jackson.
Norfield fouls one off. What an inning. Morrison, first pitch ground out. A walk to Zunino. Pinch runner James Jones steals second and third. Michael Saunders works a walk, and then Brad Miller triples to the right center field gap, scoring 2, and now Jackson with an RBI single. One and one to Chris. Tom Wallace, see a lot of zeros on the board now. An 8th inning explosion by the Mariners. Big 3 spot up there. Tom, the interim manager, taking over back in September 1 for Bo Porter, who was fired.
Medina starting to get loose.
Right field, Marisnick, long run. Will he get it? He does. Jackson got the second and has to get back. Hung up there for him. Makes a nice running catch, 2 away. CenturyLink link to what's next. Come on out and support this team. Mariners played some great ball and a chance to take over second place with the A's come to town. Hamlin, Paxton, Gray, and Hernandez, Lester, and Young, 3 outstanding pitching matchups.
And with the A's losing in tonight's ballgame, they are in Chicago. They've already lost. Mariners have a chance if they can hang on to this one to be within a game of Oakland.
Mariners on the season 9-7 against Oakland, 3-3 here at Safeco Field.
Robinson Cano step in, having a good night. 2 for 4 night, or 2 for 3 night, excuse me, for Robinson.
That's this one is center field. Long run by Fowler towards the track. On the track, makes the catch, and that'll do it. A great inning for the Mariners as they played 3 and have a 4-1 lead going to the 9th. We take a look at our Columbia Bank difference of the ball game. Brad Miller in the 6th. First pitch, he saw 2 outs, couple of men aboard. Mariners take a 1-0 lead.
It's been fun to watch as Lloyd McClendon talking about these guys, and they put themselves in the lineup. Brad Miller having a good road trip in that situation. Left-hander lets him go. Go ahead, kid. You came up with a base hit earlier, and a screaming triple out to the right center field gap to drive in a couple more runs. So Brad Miller, what a night he has had. And swinging the bat well. Good trip. It's carried over here to the first game of this homestand. What a difference.
Brad Miller, have a night, big fella.
He's having fun is what he's doing.
Changes. James Jones stays in the ball game. He's in left field, and taking over behind the plate is Jesus Sucre. Time to turn your caps to 10 o'clock. It's Fernando Rodney time, and he'll face 8, 9, and 1 in the Houston order. Matt Dominguez, Jake Marisnick, and Robbie Grossman. A's have lost. The Mariners can move to within 1 game of second place Oakland.
And they're trying to stay in front of the Tigers, who have won tonight. If you take a look at the numbers for Rodney, looking for its 44th save on the year.
Rodney starts today. Number 1 in the American League in saves with 42. 43. Greg Holland of Kansas City has 42. Starts out Dominguez 2-0. 3 runs driven in tonight by Brad Miller, 1 by Austin Jackson. The Mariners with a 4-1 lead. First strike. Back in the count at 2-1. Dominguez tonight 1 for 3. Got an infield hit in the 5th.
Changeup.
It was
81 miles an hour. Perfectly located on the outside corner and down.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Fernando deals 2-2. Foul off. Dominguez 1 for 2. at King's Court. Some have gone the Hardy. A nice little groove on tonight. Their guy Felix won't get a win, but the Mariners looking at a win here tonight.
He entertained them with 8 strikeouts, though.
Absolutely, and they're hoping for a punch out from Mr. Rodney here. 2-2.
Wow. Just off the plate away.
Full count to Dominguez, leading off the Houston ninth. Pitch. Walked him. Let's take a look at our Delta Airlines. Keep climbing wild card standings. Mariners can pick up a full game on the A's. The Tigers won. The Indians and the Yankees still hanging on. Yankees idle today. Here's Jake Marisnick, came on in the 8th inning, played in right field. Indians lost 12-3 to the Angels. Detroit beat KC 9-5. 1-1. Pitch. There for strike. .43 saves for Rodney. Time for the major league lead. Rosenthal and Kimbrel in the National League each have 43. 22.
That's where he's so difficult, able to get a strike with the changeup, and then comes right back 94 miles an hour on the outside corner.
One and 2 to Marisnick. Pitch. Slicing fly ball right field for Saunders. 1 out. Top of the order, Robbie Grossman.
Grossman has scored the 1 run for the Astros tonight. Hit a triple. Ended up scoring on a sacrifice fly. He thought he had a home run, but Saunders was able to bring it back into the ballpark. Ended up with the triple and then scored.
That was absolutely huge. One. Brad Miller's driven in 3 runs tonight. Robinson Cano, 2 hits tonight for him as Rodney pours in a strike. 1-1. Jesus Sucre takes over behind the plate. Mike Zunino had to work hard. Two balls, 1 strike. It's a base hit, left field. Jones will get it back in.
And that will bring up Altuve. This is a fastball, top of the strike zone, 95 miles an hour. Grossman's had a good night. 3 for 5 for the leadoff hitter.
Brings up the leading hitter in the American League, Jose Altuve. 0 for 2, a walk and a sacrifice fly. He represents a tying run.
Let's see if Rodney can get him to hit into a double play. You have Fowler on deck, and then the dangerous Chris Carter. You do not want to see him. Strike
1 to Altuve. Altuve 0 for 2 against Fernando. Ball 1.
Fernando, 17 pitches, 9 strikes.
Here's the 1-1. Took a lot off. Found it away.
It's a high changeup up and in. We talked about how aggressive he is, and he likes the ball close to him. That pitch well in off the plate, and he gets him to chase it. The Astros tonight 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position. Mariners on the other side 3 for 10.
1 out, 2 on here in the top of the 9th. The Mariners with a 4-1 lead. Do it again.
He is amazing the way he can get his bat on the ball.
So impressive.
That fastball was by him and still able to get a piece of it. Well located too.
Tough hitter at Altuve. 1-2 pitch. How to get that one?
Take a look at it again. A changeup down.
Right?
That ball would have bounced in front of the plate.
Jeez. Long look by Fernando. Working with it. Jesus Sucre. He's ready. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Found off again.
Then he comes back with a good fastball at 95 miles an hour. And that's going to be a piece of Sucre. Fernando having to throw a lot of pitches, only 1 out, and he's already thrown 21 pitches in the inning.
Ball at 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes here with 2 men aboard, 1 out in the 9th inning. Taking his time. He's got a 2-2 pitch. Altuve awaits the pitch. Off the fist again. Altuve putting up 1 heck of a fight here. Mariners infield a double play depth. The 2-2 to Altuve. Little humpback foul ball put away by Seager for out number 2.
That was quite a battle, wasn't it?
Sure was.
9 pitches. Rodney finally wins it. Soft line drive to Kyle Seager at third. I'll bring up Dexter Fowler due up. Take a look at the swing by Altuve. Jams him. The 8th and 9th pitches were so far inside, most hitters would have been trying to get out of the way. But again, Altuve, an aggressive hitter, and he likes the ball close to him. An easy play for Kyle at third.
Dexter Fowler, the hitter. 2 outs. Strike 1.
Chris Carter waiting on deck.
You said it earlier, you do not want to get to him with people on base.
Not as hot as he has been. 36 home runs on the year, 85 RBIs for Carter.
Lloyd McClendon ejected in this ball game. Back in the 7th, disputing the outcome of a review. He's in his office taking in this one. Mariners with a 4-1 lead. In great shape based on what the A's have done tonight, losing in 12. Mendoza 1-1.
That was his best fastball so far in the inning, 96 miles an hour.
Two outs, 1-1 pitch. 1-2 now to Fowler. Looking to put an end to it right here. $15,617, making it sound like there's 3 times as many folks are here. And hopefully there will be as the week goes on. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Fowler. Bounced it up there, blocked by Sucre. 2-2. Brad Miller's driven in 3 runs. Austin Jackson a run. Two outs and a 2-2 count with 2 men aboard. Pitch from Rodney. And he steps off. Rodney and Sucre, they agree. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Up high. A little amped on that one at 95. Going to full count.
Well, the runners will take off with the pitch, and there's Chris Carter waiting on deck. And now the only thing that matters is Fowler. You do not want to have him on base.
No way. Rodney trying to end it here. 2 outs, 2 on, and he and Sucre are going to go through the sides one more time.
This will be the 30th pitch of the inning for Rodney.
Rodney's ready. Runners go. 3-2 pitch. Up the middle. Brad Miller right there. Throw to first. Ball game. Mariners win it. 4-1. And they move to within a game of second place. Shoot that arrow in the sky. The Mariners have won 6 of their last 8. What a night for Brad Miller. 3 hours and 42 minutes. Small crowd. Hopefully the crowds will grow as the weeks move forward. The week moves forward. But this ball club is something special.
Fernando Rodney, what a difference he has made for him this year. His 44th save, now just 1 save away from tying Sasaki for the team record. Plenty of time for him to get past it too. The club has really leaned on him. And Brad Miller, been through a lot this year. Give him some credit. Had a good road trip, a couple of hits tonight. Drives in 3 runs and scores a run. Took a while, but they finally got on track.
Boy,
Dave.
I tell you what, there was a whole lot of zeros. A scoreless game for 5.5 innings. Felix gets a no decision. But the Mariners come up with a victory here. And we're proud to witness it here. Let me tell you, the A's only have a 1-game lead on the Mariners. Send you the Mariners post-game show presented by Delta Airlines. It begins right now with Brad and Dave Ballard.